your supports is a Lich. The other support that you have is a Muerta. These are not the heroes I think of first and foremost to come rotate mid and help me against my opponent in the mid lane. So if I'm Larnoff and I'm losing my lane, and I also don't get the 6-minute power rune, the game looks really tough. However, if I do win my lane and I get the power rune, I can make an off-lane rotation. All of a sudden, things look a lot nicer for me, but I feel like these moves have to connect very crisply because they have very little room for error. These stuns are not great. Their slows are not amazing. So, like, let's say if you miss a dead shot, don't get the rightness the gaze, you miss a zip, suddenly the fight is over. You have to back off. So, strong lanes for the Storm in particular, and then good early game rotations.
Yeah. We'll see. I kind of agree with you. Of course, for them to do well, they need to do well in the lanes. It's one of the prerequisites usually. But both lineups look kind of greedy, maybe a bit less. Like, in comparison, maybe even a bit less on Nigma. Even though the Axe is generally considered a greedier offlane, in comparison to Bristle, he's kind of the same, I guess. Both need to do well, both need some stacks to come back online. This is a nice little wraparound from Nigma down bottom.
Yeah.
All the way around.
30 seconds.
They aren't carrying a smoke with them, though, so they're going to just have to run raw into this particular interaction, engagement if they want it. And they're wrapping even further. They're going to try and secure themselves the high ground positioning. And it does not seem like there's any wards here from the side of Chimera to scout this out.
Panto.
And So Panto saw his brother. Well, he didn't know. He did not have the awareness that this was happening. And Noob will, of course, claim the first blood. Looks like they're going to get 2 bounties in the process as well.
Yeah. Easy 0-2 point armor harvested for Noob. What's the wait here? Are they waiting for the creep wave or Lich? Let's see.
So.
Yeah. Just to block the wave.
Getting right-clicked right now by TA2000. And this is very good because he zoned away the Hoodwink before she could throw out the Acon shot. And that means that the wave should be okay. It's going to be able to reach in time. Panther will instead suffer some of this damage, but
actually the wave is
overall,
pretty
it actually
bad.
connected under the tower. Oh my goodness. So Nigma is actually the winners of this.
Yeah, he had to maneuver the lane a little bit. He got the equilibrium out.
So let's talk about this mid lane, because we've been seeing Sumail just demolishing lanes. Some of them he has no business winning within. What do you imagine is going to be the result of this action between the two of them?
Well, on paper, back in the day, Storm was always picked into the DK, right? Like, it's one of the better matchups, and I don't think a lot has changed when it comes to the way these two heroes work, but Dragonite has been in such a good position for such a long time that I don't think he loses to...
Oh,
Omar is dead.
Will end up dying on the one side of the map, but they also lose GH top. So Omar and GH take tumbles here from the side of Nigma Galaxy. Good stuff from Chimera Esports. It's going to allow the Hawks to finish off this wave up top without too much fear of taking too much damage.
Yeah, these two supports almost died immediately, like at the same time. Crazy. So the side lane is going very nicely for Chimera.
The best part is because you have, top lane, you have Dahak playing with this Muerta. Super hard to close in on him, having access to the dead shot to throw away both the Morph and the ET. Down bottom, Lifestealer just doesn't hit the Axe, hits everybody around the Axe, so Axe doesn't get the full benefit of spinning all around. And in the worst case scenario, got our boy Panto here, who's even holding the skill points. He doesn't know if he needs Frost Shield or Sinister Gaze to save the Lifestealer, but either way, he's ensuring that this Lifestealer shouldn't die here. And instead, they're putting aggression onto Noob, rolling back this Axe. He only has 1 point into the spin, so he's losing quite a bit of HP. Noob almost died from that one. He's going to be forced into getting some more regen from the base.
He's got the chainmail now to work with as well, so will become a bit harder to take down. It's just the power of Lich, really. Like, this lane so far has been absolutely controlled by Panto.
Not that much CS for TA2000, however. They put some pressure onto Omar, slowed down by the wounds. They want to muscle him as far away from the lane as possible. They don't manage to get the kill onto him because Noob is chasing down Panto. Panto did pick up a Lotus though, so he's got that additional heal. However, having already expended it, could still end up dead. Has a Fairy Fire, 2 points into the magic stick, but it's not enough. Lich ends up dead and Omar claims the kill.
Yeah, I think they overvalued the Lotus there. Like, they went on Omar to zone him from the Lotus pool, but Noob already healed up so much because of all the shared tangos. Omar is doing a really good job at feeding Noob with a lot of regen. And this is the mid lane again. It's not only that Sumail is playing Dragonite, and he's playing versus like the Storm, a hero that he's most famous for. It's not only that he knows the matchup, it's just that Dragonite just doesn't lose. I don't know, man. You play DK into Timber, you're fine. You play into the Razor, you're fine. Omar, bottom, he might not be fine.
In a little bit of danger here, being ran
Omar,
down.
bottom lane.
Hoodwink. Hoodwink is gone. Hoodwink is gone. Another kill for TA2000. Alright, nicely done.
It happens. Top lane as well when it comes to sports. GH is trying to zone them, but he might die as well. GH, top.
He is definitely dead.
Very quickly as well.
Way too much damage from 1J in the gang. And look, bottom. Noob is in trouble as well on the axe. He's just getting zoned away from the wave. Looks like TA2000 doesn't even want to kill him. He's just happy that he's not being able to participate meaningfully right now in this laning phase. So, and look at the connection of this wave. TA2000 gonna get quite a bit of farm with the flag bearer creep as well. Life is good for the lifestealer.
Yeah, they're doing some serious work in these lanes. These lanes are going much, much better than they did yesterday. Pento might die here though. Omar is connecting. He's very
Should
dead.
die. Acorn shot, bushwhack, couple of right clicks.
He's dead.
More than enough to kill him. And there we go. Omar gets the kill on this Hoodwink. Still though, the amount of time it took them to achieve this, and given how much space he created for TA2000, if these heroes are killing him deep in the jungle, they are not pressuring the lifestealer in the lane, so he's just free farming there.
I don't think you pressure the lifestealer any longer in this lane. Like, the only thing that Axe does is he creep skips from this point onwards. Creep skip, connect the wave with some camp. That's about it. TA2000 can try to contest it, and Lich can try to contest it, but Panto right now, all he did is go mid, refill the bottle, cast a couple of Novas on the DK, maybe secures the rune. At some point it becomes annoying to just chase the sacks around.
Yep. 10 seconds until we have the power rune, first one of the game. I actually gonna zip in onto Omar. They trigger the Sinister Gaze out on top of him. They don't have enough to kill him off though. Laranov, will he be able to get to where the rune is at? It's going to spawn onto the top side, sadly.
TA2000.
Sumail was hoping to try and chase down Panto, but TA2000 shows up out of nowhere. Forces the defensive TP from Sumail as he retreats to the base. In the meantime, they ended up losing 1J in the top lane. Miracle fell very low in the process as well.
Yeah, and
However,
GH, right?
And GH, yeah.
Yeah. Omar
GH always dies.
skitters away barely. It's such a hard lane for an Elder Titan. Mid lane, Elder Titan again, GH.
Yeah,
Please don't die again.
What can he really do here?
Feels bad.
Nice, right? Laranov doesn't have enough mana. If Laranov had like half his mana pool, that would be a dead ET, but fortunately that was not the case. And now they're trying to zone Laranov back. He's caught inside the bushwhack. However, no follow-up with the ET stomp, so they cannot get a kill onto the Storm Spirit.
Yeah, there's a lot of stacks in the triangle. On the Radiant side at least, on the Dire side not as many. And this Axe that's just about to die, most likely.
He's dead, yeah? Has no way out of this one. Nobody on the team has a Stampede. Nobody has like a haste rune to give you. Sorry, brother. So
Yep.
Laranov. And I think this is good because they need Laranov involved in as many kills as possible. I was mentioning earlier that this is going to be, this is the guy. Like this early laning phase, if I'm honest, bro, well as it's going for Chimera, I don't actually believe in it until I see Laranov start to pop off. Then I feel like they're going to be able to find a decent advantage.
Absolutely. Yesterday he didn't have a good game on Storm. This time around, the lane, it might have been kind of lost overall considering he lasted into DK, but in general, he's doing fine, especially with these kills that he's been involved in. One rune apiece when it comes to Wisdom runes, but one difference truly for me that I see right now from Chimera is that they have more stacks. Like, they have more stacks for the Hawk to kind of recover, but he doesn't even need recovering. His lane went well.
Oh, run off. Do they have enough to kill him here? Echo Stomp will be there. He gets awoken, but unfortunately they awoke him too soon. He gets out, but no. Axe is on the other side. Catches him with the call. They are able to bring down Larinoff. Very key rotation from Noob, arriving just in time there.
He didn't even have level 6, by the way, on the Axe. It was basically, he went there to secure the rune. And I love this from him. This is something he does always when he's playing offlane. Like, if he's in the triangle around the minute 8, like, he always goes to contest the minute 8 rune. He doesn't continue farming the stacks. 90% of offlaners will just farm the stacks.
Well, it's fortunate that this man hasn't fully acclimated to offlane yet. You know, part of his spirit is still a mid laner, so he knows to contest.
Ooh, that's... was that? I'm not sure. I think actually Storm got most of them in the end. It looked like GH got some and Omar got some, but I think Storm got 90% of the creeps from that hard camp. Yeah, like you said, he didn't acclimate completely to the offlane. He's still playing it as a mid laner. And sometimes, especially when he's playing Tiny, that's very useful playstyle.
So 8 minutes or 9 minutes into the game, 11 kills, nice to see. Top of the network charts is going to be this Lifestealer who's rounding the corner towards having his Radiance now. Just needs to finish off the Relic. So a few minutes away from having the full item completed. And the Storm though, this is the big hero, Larinoff. Needs to get this Kaya, needs to start connecting with his team and opening up the map for them, because so far, as much as things have been going okay, they haven't been curtailing the farm of the DK and the Axe to get to these Blink Daggers, which will change the game for the side of Nigma.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm trying to see like if there's someone that's really... I mean, Morphling and Lifestealer are kind of on the same network, right? Like, they're doing just as well on both sides. Lifestealer for the Radiance, Morphling, it's gonna be like Vlad's Manta as always. Like, Morphling for me in this game is the ultimate win condition. So all you gotta do on Nigma is create enough space for Miracle. Like, if you manage to do that, I think this game is simple. The killing off Morphling later on with the catch that they've got is really difficult. Meanwhile, some Skadi Morphling later on into Lifestealer and Bristle sounds really damn good. Any moves happening? They're silent for a bit, but nothing really happening on the map, and I'm not sure if you disconnected for a second. Oh, I'm right, he did disconnect. Damn! I was thinking this is that... guys, I was thinking this is one of those moments of silence where we're building up the tension for the next move, but... yeah, I think the tension got to his internet, to Snare's internet connection. Yeah, so far the supports are kind of under level to make any big moves. Hoodwink, not 6 yet. Elder Titan doesn't really matter, but not 6 yet. Same goes for the Radiant side, but they are securing the minute 10 rune on top at least, it seems like. And it's gonna be invis for Larinoff, for everyone that is radio casting this. GH is caught immediately after the invis rune, which wasn't used, by the way, by Storm. GH was probably just trying to contest. He sent his spirit and then he sent himself to the fountain. A little bit too close. Storm Spirit got ganked. Invis is used, but just to get some mana, just to farm up. Meanwhile, Dragonite farming up mid lane, going towards the Blink. This is what you have to do. Not every game, but in this game you need to get the Blink to be able to like make plays, make moves after the laning stage. You are the true playmaker, you're not some armlet, Mask of Madness Dragonite. At least until Axe is online as well, which he will be after the Blink. Like, he's going for Blade Mail, but this is still... this is the problem with Axe. Miracle top lane, 6 stacks on him. They can't kill him though, right?
He'll be fine, he's fine. He's got waveform. gets himself away. He's A-okay, brother. Doesn't seem like they're actually gonna lose anybody. What? Omar's gonna live? Are you kidding me? He actually got through the twin gate like that? What a boss.
Yeah, 1J might die though. Like, he's the one that... Never mind, he's fine too. The Hawk though.
Gonna get faced back in towards Noob with Sumail right next to him. There's the Echo Stomp as well, ensuring there's no escape for this Bristleback. Waveform in, brings him low enough that Omar can easily finish him off. I thought the Hawk was gonna be able to...
Yep.
You were doing
By the way,
very well.
seamless
I'm very
transition
proud
back
of
into
you.
castings there. Like, no one noticed you were away, don't worry. I really don't think that move on Morphling was possible even. Like, just the Muerta and Bristle, they're not killing him. However, they did force everyone top, and I think maybe that was the plan all along. Not happy by losing Bristle for sure, but they pressured mid lane. Storm got a lot of free time. He got the rune now as well. And so did Lifestealer. He is, what, like 900, 800 gold away from Radiance. So they bought themselves some time while also pressuring the Morphling, who's like a really difficult kill right now.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Couple of decent items that just emerged. We just got the Kaya coming out for the Storm Spirit. He's sitting with an Arcane Rune in the bottle as well. This is a time to make a plan happen. 1J and Dahak are already positioned in the top side of the map. So we'll see if he ends up joining them to be able to get some magic done with this Arcane
They
Rune.
have... Yeah, he probably will. With the smoke, if Lich could get... Yeah, he has level 6. I'm surprised they aren't really making a move, but Dire is, like Nigma, they're just faster. Sumail has a blink.
Well, that's one blink available from Sumail. We'll be able to find the kill. Laranov will zip back in with the Arcane Rune. Gets the zip and the grab onto Sumail. Unfortunately, they do not have any follow-up, so the Vortex will have to just be let go. Sumail flaps his wings away to safety.
And you saw how that was, how Dota works. Like, they were literally planning to make a move of their own. They had Arcane Rune, they had the smoke on Muerta, but Lich wasn't there. And they were moving towards Lich to get that smoke up so the three of them can go and morph 100%. Just because they're a couple of seconds late, they got punished, and Nigma are the ones that make that move. And look at them, now they smoke, but now it's on the Axe. It was also a very good kill if they can get him.
Axe opted to go for the Blade Mail before finishing his Blink Dagger, so will not have an easy escape from this jump. They see him, they know exactly where he's at. He does throw out the battle call,
Dude.
but not gonna, oh my goodness! Storm? Storm not able to get away. Too much damage being dealt by the Blade Mail, so Noob kills him off with the Culling Blade and gets away to safety as well.
I mean, that's... Man, that's very sad. GH is stealing their Wisdom Rune as well. He's just gonna TP base. He got their Wisdom. They lost their Wisdom. They lost their Storm while he's ganking with Arcane Rune. This is just as bad as it can get.
It gets worse, brother, because they didn't even interrupt the farming pattern of the Axe. He's literally right back to where he was when they ganked him, finishing this Blink Dagger.
Yeah, and keep in mind, exactly, finishing is the right verb because he's got 1900 gold. Blink Dagger is around the corner. This is not the farm that an Axe should have minute 14.
Yeah. At the same time, Miracle and the gang are getting more farm by just picking off supports. Goes towards this Morphling. He's still sitting at the top of the net worth charts. GH? Oh my goodness, again? This is illegal gameplay. First Omar, now GH. This Twin Gate is working for the side of Nigma Galaxy, giving them invulnerability when they travel through it.
Yeah, I was waiting for him to send the Spirit through, actually. You know? Oh, Lich! Ah!
Oh my goodness. Are you kidding me? He's still fired.
It
Global
flew.
Chain Frost.
Yeah, it flew globally towards him. I love when you live through something like that. Crazy.
Oh no. Okay. Some good news for Chimera is that Laranov is still farming. We're not that far away from having Kaya Sanj. I still am all sold on the fact that Laranov, this is it. He is you were mentioning Miracle being the ultimate win condition. I think Laranov is not just the win condition, he's everything. Like, they require him to do well.
1J,
Down
bot.
bottom though, 1J drops the calling, but Miracle just says, okay buddy. He walks back into it, knowing full well that he's under no threat from this Muerta. The rest of these Nigma heroes are streaming in. He dodges the dead shot. Miracle God, baby. You think a TI winner's gonna get caught like that? You are wrong, friend. Noob ends him off with the Cutting Blade, adds an additional armor stack, and we're just getting bigger and bigger overall for Nigma Galaxy.
Panto? Top lane? Can they actually... Did connect,
Can
but
they?
Axe... no, Axe is too far. If Axe
too
was a
far.
bit closer. Yeah, like you said, Storm Spirit definitely can do a lot in a game like this one. As long as he's not jumping the Axe and dying to solo no Axe. So we'll see how it goes for him. Okay.
The Hawk wanders very far from most of his team. He gets caught in, broken as well, but it's down to half HP. They opt instead to let him go though. GH drops the Echo Stop, creating the space. I am honestly very surprised they let that one go. They had much easier ways of getting here. Still a tier 1 tower middle, Blink Dagger on Sumail, and Lifestealer's not here. I mean, Storm Spirit's not here, excuse me.
There was no way to kill him. He had Frost Shield on, they used all of their spells. Lifestealer has Great Healing Lotus plus Infest. Bristle was never gonna die, plus Crimson Guard now. Like, he just wasn't dying. If they went on him, they'd probably just get punished.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
See what they decide to do next because tier 1 tower is being sieged upon right now. Chimera losing this to Dahak and TA 2000. And looks like they have no interest in contesting it. Sumail wants his SNY and his armlets. Axe is still farming elsewhere for his BKB. Miracle is all the way down bottom going towards his Phylactery and his Kanda. So they're going to allow this to happen.
Dire's middle tower
Yeah, they can
is
make
under
some
attack.
plays because they did use the Dragon form. He's got his Sanj. I do believe that
Are scanning.
if they wanted to, they definitely could go on someone. But they need the Axe as well. And this scan just connected on them down bottom. So Bristle... Let's see, Lich is doing the same thing again. If you jump the Hawk, he's gonna get Frost Shield. He's got Crimson. He's a hard kill. Even with all of these heroes here, he's not really easy to take down.
Frost Shield, Crimson Guard, Pavis.
Yeah, and you can...
It's tough.
You can see that they know, okay, because he had multiple chances of jumping him and he didn't want to. But now with Miracle being here, that's so tempting. It's so tempting, but you know for a fact it's a bait. It's like, you know it's a bait.
Yeah. It's even more tempting because they also saw Storm Spirit heading into their jungle on the other side of the map, so they thought, Laranov is not even here right now. Maybe we make this jump, but he's gonna TP, and if we don't kill the Hawk fast enough, then suddenly we get punished. It's tough.
Just tough, just unnecessary. Now the map is a bit different. You didn't see Axe for the longest time. You don't really know where he is. So just moving anywhere on the map is a bit more difficult. But there is this amplified damage. But even though the rune says double damage on Bottle, so I'm gonna continue seeing double damage. There is a double damage on Storm that they might use. They're smoked up. Yep. Infested. This could be a play on the Morphling.
Radiant are scanning.
They just slightly scanned him, but now that he immediately left the area, they know that he
Still
went
don't.
north. And they see him. He's underneath the Observer Wall. They have vision. They know where the Morphling is at, but he's right next to a tier 2 tower. Dangerous jump. Laranov thinking about it, deeply pondering, but he doesn't know whether to go bottom or top because bottom, GH was scouted a little bit, and middle there's higher targets, but you also don't know the backup they have. As Miracle comes up the hill, his smoke will be popped. They're going onto the morph, but Miracle, he waveforms towards Panto, and they kill off this Lich. Hoodwink will end up dead as well, as Laranov trying to surround Miracle, but Noob bails them out of trouble. Huge Berserker's call, culminating in a cutting blade onto the Storm Spirit. He's already dead and gone. TA 2000 needs to run the hell away as 1J trying to create space on the backline with the Pierce the Veil and the calling. Unfortunately though, there is a call to prevent him from doing any real damage. They hold him in position, they kill him off. Another cutting blade for Noob. And although they had the beat onto where these priority heroes were, unfortunately, Nigma, they got to their target first, killing Panto at the start of the fight, Liz. No Chain Frost, no Frost Shield, no Gaze, no nothing.
Yeah, like they were so reluctant. I feel like if they just jump the Morphling in the mid lane, they have Infested Lifestealer, they have Storm, they have double damage, and they have Muerta. I feel like maybe that was a kill if they jump him. But they're so reluctant because even though they see him, I'm not sure, did they see the axe? Because they didn't want to go. And when they went on Miracle, it's the worst timing possible because he's using Waveform at the same time to get on top of Lich. It wasn't only that he was reacting to them, he was reacting to the Lich. And they are jumping him at the same time. Just worst possible time for them. Dragonite?
DK this time around doesn't have as many allies, and this is the kind of fight they would have hoped for. An isolated big target who can
Omar.
just eat the full chain frost to their face, and maybe they get something more. Omar gets caught in, dragged away by the dead shot. Larnoff able to clean him up. So 2-0. It's not nearly as high a priority as they wanted earlier, but getting Sumail at this stage of the game will always feel amazing.
Absolutely. Slowing down that big Dragonite at least a little bit. The massive kill, of course, still
Dire's
is the
middle
Morphling,
tower is
and if you
under
can
attack.
get him, the Morphling and the Axe just make this game for Nigma. Noob is very close to the BKB as well. If they could kill him here, it's such a difficult kill though.
It's a level 15 axe with blade mail, phase boots, vampire fangs. Not an easy kill whatsoever. But they might use that information to say, well, if we can't kill this axe, we know exactly where he's at. Let's make a move elsewhere. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like that's what they're going to do. Maybe with this Arcane Rune. Okay, it is. Arcane Rune, let's go. Axe is far away. He's under vision right now. He just wandered onto the camp. So this is the time to make a move.
This might be just Rosh. They might just go straight into the pit. Let's see. Yeah, Dire just... They're thinking the same thing. They're pinging Rosh. I mean, not pinging, sorry. It's scanning it. And they're smoking towards... Yeah, these two teams, they think the same. It's kind of easy for GH to scout it, though. So they don't have to rush things.
Oh,
Miracle.
the Hawk. He sees Miracle. They jump onto Omar. They find the Hoodwink. Not dead just yet, though. He will eventually get taken down. Meantime, though, Bristleback, he's trying to fight against Noob and Miracle. He will lose his life, but not before this Noob Axe does. Big Chain Frost bouncing around. All of a sudden, Miracle isolated in the middle of the fight. Forced away from away just for safety. Larnoff, considering the
stomp
jump,
was good.
goes instead onto GH. GH catches 3 heroes with the Echo Stomp, but it's not going to save any lives, unfortunately. They are playing with a numerical disadvantage, and they end up losing him. And now look at this, Larnoff trying to use the remainder of his mana to chase after Sumail. However, Sumail has Blink in 3 seconds. He's going to be A-OK.
Yeah, a very prepared fight from both of these two teams, right? Like Chimera spotting the right target. They had a good ward on the cliff, so they could jump. They could jump Omar, eliminate him first. On the other side as well, of course, they saw everything, so they managed to kill off Noob. Without Noob, like, it's way more difficult to fight for Nigma. He's the majority of the control that Miracle can count on. Like, Dragon Tail sure is cool, Echo Stomp is cool, but Axe is the one necessary, and Axe is the one that didn't use that BKB. Now that he's got it, you can't finish this rush on time. I think they'll still contest it, yeah.
GH gets a scouting out with the Spirit. Echo Stomp to delay proceedings. Only going to connect onto Roche, but now they know that the rest of Nigma is incoming.
Yeah, Lorenov though, he's deeping,
he
but
has a regen rune. He's got a regen rune, bro, with Lincolns. This could be huge.
that Lincoln's does not help you against cold though. That's one thing that he needs to worry about, but it does help versus others point target stuns.
Looks like Nigma's retreating. They're letting this one go. I mean,
they're
30
going top.
seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't feel like they can do this in 30 seconds, and because they're spending all this time hunting for the fight, it seems that Nigma's gamble is correct. If Chimera had gambled opposite and just straight up tried to take the Roche, they might have gotten away with it, but it's too late now.
No, the problem is you can't. Like, even if you go into the pit, you can't because of the other Titan. You can do this though.
Oh, middle? They zip onto Sumail, find him. He doesn't have a BKB or anything to get himself out of this one. He should get killed off here, and Larnoff, happy to kill him, has the regen rune triggered, so they can continue this fight because Miracle, he's on the high ground. They get him with the death shot, Liz. Miracle is feared away. The TP has been interrupted. Chain Frost now bouncing between himself and Noob. It's a lot of damage. Miracle just trying to run. Waveform to the north. He's going to stay alive. He's still living for now. Larnoff wants the change. So does TA2000, but GH with an amazing Echo Stomp, buying space and time for Miracle. Will have Waveform in 1 second, and he should be okay.
Yeah, he's got Rage now as well to work with. He's fine, but Roshan isn't. This might be the time, even though GH is still sticking around. Let's see if they find him. If they don't find him, he can use the Spirit again and delay it just enough for DK and Hoodwink to come back online. That was such a cheap kill. Like, getting Dragonite the way they did. Very well done by Chimera. They didn't waste any time. They read the smoke move from Nigma and they just chased them down mid. Also, by the way, Miracle, the reason he was so close to dying as he missed his waveform. He didn't go uphill, downhill that is. He didn't use it far enough.
They're gonna get an Aegis on the best Aegis carrier in the game. They're gonna infest immediately. They're going mid.
Nope.
They want Noob. They want him. Will Laranov zip all the way for him? Indeed he will. They're gonna get the grab onto this axe at the same time. GH is maybe being sieged upon, but the big kill is the Noob axe. He is dead. TA2000 gets away with it.
These cores have no respect towards the Storm Spirit top lane.
GH in trouble, zoned back by the dead shot, right into the waiting arms of Dahak, who will quill him down. And that's going to be a kill for this Bristleback. And now pressure onto the tier 2 tower as well.
Yeah, where was this Chimera yesterday? Because this is looking much better. And, I mean, killing off the Dragonite mid and then killing off the Axe mid. These are the two things that are completely ruining Nigma at the moment. Yeah, your Morphling is getting bigger and bigger. He's moving towards his butterfly. He's got a lot of gold, but he doesn't have a team to play around at the moment. It's just the supports really doing their work.
I mean, you know it's bad when you're being double sieged upon your tier 2 towers, top and middle, at the exact same moment, and both of them will fall with no recourse from Nigma Galaxy. 5k gold lead now for Chimera. This Morphling, yeah, he's at the top of the network charts, but this Lifestealer is also starting to become a major problem. It's going to be building into this Bloodthorn. It's going to be a lot of damage output, and the one thing we never really spoke about when it comes to this Lifestealer, as this game gets later and later, how do they burst him anymore past a certain point?
I mean, I think you still can. Keep in mind that this is a Morphling with Kanda and incoming Butterfly. It's not easy, don't get me wrong, especially because of Lich, Solar Crest, Frost Shield, right? But I don't know. Every time I see a big Morphling, I'm like, this is a solution to all my problems, no matter what they are.
So you mean to tell me that if I get a...
When
if your people come after me, I must get Morphling?
Yeah, exactly. Your girl leaves you, your dad goes for milk, just pick Morph. It doesn't matter.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
28 minutes into this game. Nigma putting some pressure onto the tier 2 down bottom. It's down to half HP. They're just trying to draw them to this direction. I don't think they have any big intention of actually fighting unless they get the perfect jump, but looks like Chimera playing very carefully. The Hawk has been just holding this position underneath the tier 2 towers, right? Sitting, waiting for the Muerta and the Lich to back him up, knowing full well that they actually cannot kill him if these supports are behind. And now, speaking of kills, Laranov, he's reaching forward. They had an observer ward by the Twin Gate, so they saw exactly where Nigma Galaxy were at. GH trying to TP himself out. That will not be allowed, my friend, as Laranov gets that kill. In the meantime, though, Miracle, next to the Chain Frost with the Ice Fire, he turns into the Lifestealer, but it might not be enough. There's so many heroes around him. He's morphing strength, but that means he has no damage to threaten them. Trying to run away, but it will not be enough. The Hawk finishes off the kill onto the Morphling. And 2 heroes gone for absolutely nothing. Like 1J dying for a Morphling? Give me that trade every single day, my friend.
Yeah, that he disappeared, by the way. 1J just disappeared immediately. I was thinking that he could maybe... But he can't because it's unfeathered on Lifestealer, by the way. It's not Rage. You noticed that, right?
Yeah.
So because of him having unfeathered, he couldn't just Rage TP out on Morphling. Like, he'd still get cancelled. Yeah, very nice kill for Chimera.
He might still die here, TA2000. He's underneath an observer ward. He's in a dangerous place. In the meantime, though, Noob instead opts to go for the call onto the Lich, and they easily bring him down. So they take the easy kill. The question is, can they get out of here? 1J has shown up. Laranov is also en route. See if the Storm wants to make the big zip and catch somebody. Deadshot onto the Sumail DK. But it looks like the fight is over.
Well, Morphling is up in 10. They still have a lot of Dragon Form to work with. But no vision in this area, so maybe just a Tormi. Yeah, Tormi is an easier play to go for.
Wait, in this game, the only spell that you can't dispel with Unfettered is the X-Core, right? Everything else you're good?
I think so, yeah. Is there anything else? Can you get out of sleep? I think you should be able to, right? Like the Echo Stomp sleep.
Yes you can. Yes you can. I've been slept a few times and you just press the Q. Feels good. Actually, now that we have a little bit of a lull in the action here, what are your thoughts on this Lifestealer hero as we've seen it play out?
I mean, it's because of the unfeathered, I think it's making the game a lot easier for him. And it's not only the Lifestealer, it's the Storm Lifestealer combo. They're playing very aggressively. I still think that this game was, because of that aggression, it's working out. Especially because of the Axe kill on mid and the DK kill on the same exact spot in the middle of the map. I feel like these two things have completely activated Chimera, given them a free Roshan. Like, it is about the heroes, of course, but it's also about the way they're being played.
Speaking about these heroes, do you think Sumail should angle towards Silver Edge as the Hawk gets tankier and harder to deal with?
I mean, I'm not even sure. I'm just not feeling the Dragonite impact all too much. Like, now he has the crit. And this is the problem with this mid DK, right? Like, you take some first objectives, but if you're going for a Bracer into a Blink, like, your farming patterns are just much weaker. He's got a crit now. He's got a small crystal. It ain't much. It's honest work.
I was waiting for you to say that. Tier 1 falls. 1J gets out. Very nice escape from the Muerta in that situation. Noob. Looks like he still wants to find something. Unfortunately, the smoke is about to expire. There is absolutely no Chimera heroes in the Radiant Triangle. They know exactly how big the danger is. They've retreated. Gonna wait for the next Roshan contest that one.
Hey, still, with everything said and done, you gotta respect this Morphling with the Butterfly, with the BKB being built next. If you get called by Axe, if you get caught, chances are you're as good as dead. Some nice things, though, of course. Right? Yeah. For Morphling, I mean, they have if they're 4v1 like they did before, but some nice items are coming up. Lorenov in 20 gold, he's going to complete Shivas. That already helps quite a bit, not only versus Morphling, but versus Dragonite, of course, as well.
Tier 2000 also just finished off a Nullifier, so he's got Nullifier, Manta Armlet with the Orchid Malevolence Radiance. This guy is really dangerous on the map right now.
Yeah, I love that GH has queued up Aghanims no matter what, you know, just goes for it. Respect. Okay. Oh. Sometimes when your score is... What's his score? It can't be good. 0-7. Sometimes you tend to go for more team-oriented items, you know, you buy some Solar Crest, something like that, but GH is a player, man, he doesn't care. Straight into the Axe after the Ghost and the Drums. I think he could maybe buy Boots of Bearing as well. Like, just buy Boots of Bearing, that would be most likely more impactful than by the time he gets his Axe minute 50 or something.
Proud of you.
I could get behind that. I like Mongo Boots. That's also another item I don't feel shows up enough in the game. I like it quite a bit.
Really? I'm
not enough.
So everyone needs Bongo Boots. Every single player. I see.
Yes.
That's the right amount of Bongo Boots.
If a game has 9 Bongo Boots, we are missing one.
I see. I love Muerta, by the way, as well. I just one second, I was talking about GH and his build, but Muerta has a Midas queued up. Just in case this game goes long enough, 1J's, I'm carrying this, boys.
I mean, real talk, if he gets a Silver Edge on this Muerta, this is actually a really good game for it, right?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
We'll see if they get to that point. For now, we are paused up. Both teams discussing what to do next. For Chimera, this pause is very unfortunate because they have a very straight line being drawn towards where the Morphling is right now. And this additional time might allow Miracle to consider, where could these heroes all be at? Nobody's around me. I don't see anybody showing on waves. We have a couple of wards in their triangle. Nobody's farming there. Yeah, maybe I should back off. Game is hard.
Yeah, probably after these Ancients, he's gonna do exactly that. He's pushing out the wave with Manta anyway. Probably gonna go back.
Sorry.
I hope his electricity is fine, by the way. or because they will not give them the pause. You know, 10 minutes and that's it. Chimera unpauses immediately. That already happened in the lower bracket finals.
Yep.
They have the electricity DDoSers. You know, they send a power surge to your house.
You see all these power surges that are happening in this region. Now we know why one of the premier songs from ESL is Electricity.
Exactly. It's the one thing you need to be, to have to be a esports, electronic sports player. You need the electricity.
Let's hope it's all good for Omar. Where are they playing from right now, actually, Nigma?
You have my respect.
I think their palace in wherever they are at.
Very well. I'm very proud.
The balance.
I mean, whenever I look at the Etihad or whatever their sponsor is, Palace, whenever I look at their cameras when they're like playing some tournaments, you know, online, it's like golden eagles behind them, you know, like golden ceiling. I mean, I'm kidding, but let's just say that their house looks very nice.
Mm-hmm. There's some sheikhs all across the Arab world who would be very jealous to just have their training room, let alone what the rest of the house looks like.
Yeah, we slept like in my team house. We slept like sardines, 3 of us on one bed. You know? Like, huddle up, boys.
That's how you build camaraderie, my friend. You know, if I can sleep next to you, I can lean with
that
you.
way. Yeah.
That's how you build camaraderie. That's how you, you know, find latent homoeroticism in between the team. What can you do?
Look at that circle. I think he's on to something.
Oh,
right
he's back.
there. But if you're Chimera now, you realize that they will realize where you're at, so you don't go to the Tormi, you go up north. You go up to the dire Roshan area. Maybe the dire jungle as well. This is the problem with the map.
That's a long map.
I'm very proud of
Yeah,
you.
look
This
at the
map
map.
is so
it's
big.
too big. It's too big.
I was thinking the exact same thing. Like, what do you do from this position?
Yeah, the map is kind of big, but at the same time, the objectives make it smaller because you're forced to fight these objectives, like your wisdom runes, your Tormis, your Roshan. You know, you have to go for these things if you do, and it shrinks your options. The map stays the same size, but your options are smaller, so you have to fewer. So you have to go do these things. Can't escape. Now you have
back in the game. When's the unpause coming, brother?
well, I think this should now be Chimera's pause time, right? They're the ones that are.
That's
said
true.
1 sec. Yeah, this is more than a second.
They're probably talking about whether or not it's worthwhile to still continue the gank pattern, and they are going to continue it. They're still going. Look at Lorinov. They even popped the drums. They want this kill. And Morphling is actually moving towards the south. They just don't know about this. They do have a scan, but it's not going to come out in time. Muerta reveals through the calling, so Miracle will be absolutely safe.
Keep in mind that 35-minute mark is coming up, which means Wisdom Runes, once again, if my math is right, I think it is. So, Axe, gotta be careful.
Actually, Axe is getting jumped on right now by Lorinov. Noob goes in. Do they have the damage to kill him through the BKB? They do. TA 2000, despite not even having a basher, they have enough right-click damage. And with that kill, they're not only going to secure their own wisdom, but Roshan is about to come back into the top side of the map, so they should be able to go and claim this for themselves on Chimera.
He didn't call. That's one thing he didn't do. He popped BKB, but he didn't pop call. Most of the damage that was dealt to him was magical. Sorry, physical. So maybe if he popped that Berserker's call, he'd live. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Yeah,
On the bright side, BKB did emerge from the Morphling right now, so he at least has that additional defensive item for the fight.
Yeah, but they've got Nullifier on TA 2000. This man is massive. Maybe one of the reasons it didn't matter what Axe does. They can go. He's got too much damage.
Axe back in 13 seconds, but the tier 3 tower having already been taken. Let's see if Chimera can secure a Rax as well. So far though, they might be forced back. We see Dahak getting jumped on by Miracle and Sumail, but with the Infest inside of him, not nearly enough damage. The Sharpshooter does connect directly onto Panto, so the Lich will fall. Leaves them behind a little gift inside their base, a Chain Frost bouncing around, but we got the tier 3. Let's see if they can get the Roshan as well. Dahak is still sitting with the Lifestealer inside him, so they should be able to accomplish this.
Yeah, with the Snot Rocket and with the fact that Dire isn't even moving towards the pit, I think they're just giving away another rush. GH is running. He wants to get there, but I think it might be a bit too late. Yeah, it's definitely too late.
Another Aegis for the Storm Spirit and a Roshan's banner too.
Yeah, do you think they had what it takes to contest it?
No, they didn't have ET Splitter, nor did they have DK close by at the time. Like, by the time he arrived back, the DK, I think he was too far away. And there's no way he's going to TP into the outpost for that one.
Oh, I mean, they were all in the base. They could have just ran after them. But okay, yeah, sure. They are buying themselves some more time, I guess. They'll have to buy themselves some more time because they are playing into Aegis now. Morphling has queued up, by the way. Miracle is going for Hex next, so he wants to be able to just solo these heroes down.
And also Hex is one of the few things that Unfettered does not work on. There's no way out of it. You get Hexed, you will be stunned the entire duration.
It's on him, or maybe even on the Storm Spirit. Just gotta be careful with that Lincoln Sphere. It can mess you up.
Oh, mid lane. They get the call out onto this Bristleback. Noob wants the kill, but the Infest, the Hawk will be kept alive by TA2000. Now they have to retreat, immediately TPing out with this Axe. Omar might not be so lucky. Chain Frost, it's following Axe all the way into the base. Pretty funny to see that happen to Noob again. But ultimately they fail to get the kill on the Hawk and the Infest. I'm telling you, brother, this Lifestealer hero is the future, gang.
Snare, you have always been a prophet. I have faith. I believe in you. I don't believe in this Hex so much, though. I have to say, from the Morphling.
That he has right now, unfortunately. Look at his Q. He's
Sumail?
got one more item syndrome as they jump Sumail mid lane. They want this kill onto the Dragon Knight. He doesn't have a BKB, so he doesn't have a way to survive here. ET Splitter doing quite a bit of work onto this Lifestealer. They kill him off. TA2000 will die to the Culling Blade of Noob, but now Sinister Gaze back onto GH. They still will be able to bring him down. The dead shot bouncing off of his corpse, granting a double kill towards 1J. So although they find the Lifestealer, the cost is extremely heavy for Nigma. 3 down without buyback for any of them.
Yeah, Omar should be fine. He has a 4-staff as well. Like you said, 3 buyback, no buybacks, that is. Can they defend just the 2 of them? Like, Morphling could jump in. He has a blink, by the way. That's what he bought. But the problem is if Omar shows himself, he's dead.
Yep, he does. Well, exactly like you said. Omar shows, Omar's dead. And Morphling, one of the problems is that despite having Blink Dagger, he doesn't have BKB. Without this BKB being available, 45 seconds until it's up online again, there's no way you jump into all of these heroes.
Yeah, you don't really have Lifestealer to get Unfeathered from, right? Like, if you could get him, then you could jump, but without him, it's impossible. GH can defend a little bit. He went for Bongo Boots. Maybe he can use some Stomp. And it looks like that's because of the tier 2 down on bottom lane anyway. They can't get Megas.
GH! The Spire with the Chain Frost is gonna kill him! No! Even worse, the Hawk steals the kill, bro! Bro! What the hell is this, gang?
Tip the Huck right there. Yeah, that's the power of Lich. It's such a difference maker, I swear. This hero is in the best spot he's been since you were able to eat ranged creeps.
Dire's bottom tower
Still, still a minute and a half on Storm Spirit. He's infested. He's got Parasma. He's jumping in.
Yep, he is. They find Omar. They kill him. That's a dead Hoodwink who is forced to buy back immediately in this situation. There's still not going to be a Chain Frost for a little bit longer as Miracle trying to fight back with the BKB at the ready. Unfortunately, just not enough actual damage coming in from this Morphling right now. He's going full strength just to survive this fight. Sumail as well. Triggered out the DK form. Needs to get out of here. Noob got 2 heroes with the call. Both of them got bushwhacked as well. One of them got hit with the Sharpshooter. But the one thing they all share is that there's not nearly enough damage to bring them anywhere close to Deathless.
Yeah, Lorenov is kind of losing his HP and resources, but he's got Aegis. He doesn't truly care. When it comes to Lifestealer, he can wait for Infest in 10 seconds and they can go again. It was very unfortunate for Nigma though. This whole fight, the Hawk.
Oh, they get the call back onto the Hawk. Here comes CA2000. They don't find the Infest though, so he ends up dead. Buy back onto the Bristleback. Lornoff in the meantime jumping in. They find Sumail with the Chain Frost bouncing almost everywhere. And the DK does die. The lack of this BKB is making such major problems for the DK. Miracle now, waveforming past Pantomime. He wants this kill onto the ledge. Echo Stomp stalling out multiple of these heroes, but Miracle needs to leave. He's trying to get out. He does barely manage to do so as Nu buys him space with a big call onto multiple heroes. Even better bushwhack, but sadly, they just do not have the damage. Still have only lost one hero in this entire fray, having also forced a buyback from the Axe. And a nice start on the Echo Stomp by Lornoff. Now though, the Hawk getting called in once again. Omar does that. That's a dieback onto this Hoodwink. Another dieback onto the Axe as well. GH, Echo Stomp gets dodged. He gets hit with the Nullifier and he's going to go down as well. Miracle and Sumail hoping against hope they can hold them all back. But Lornoff with this triple kill and 24 galvanized stacks is not afraid of these heroes whatsoever. Him and his team are here for Megas and they are going to get them.
There's just so many things, man, that I'd like to pinpoint, but this fight has been going on for so long. So many mini plays that mattered in an insane amount. Like the Echo Stomp from GH was genius on the Storm Spirit because it was right as his Aegis was expiring, but he just gets enough mana and zips out. Like he just gets enough mana, so he zips out, Aegis gets reclaimed, he regens up fully, and then he jumps back in. And also the way this whole scenario started was literally Axe getting hit by some random hairball, and because of that he couldn't jump in the same time Miracle jumped backwards.
Oh, speaking of Miracle, he's been dragged back in by the Sinister Gaze, activates his BKB.
It's doing no damage.
Use the Lifestealer form for the Unfettered to keep this fight going. Unfortunately, he knows that his BKB is already down to 6 seconds. He has to retreat to the base immediately. This might be the last fight. Tier 4s are down. Here they jump in. They get Sumail. He's hexed up. He forced back inside the fountain. But they don't care about the fountain. They don't care about the heroes. They care about the Ancient. And they will destroy it. GG, well played is called. Chimera Esports secure game number 1 and make the comeback of a lifetime against Nigma Galaxy.
Absolutely deserved.
Instead of Clinks, Lifestealer also very happy to buy MKB. And if you had MKB Nullifier into PA, you'd be very happy.
I mean, sure.
I'm gonna push this agenda every game, bro. Every game. I had to endure a month of you pushing the Bounty Hunter agenda, so it's my turn now.
Dude, I felt so vindicated when Mid1 picked it in Tundra during Valachia 2, Season 2. But yeah, let's see. I'm fine with your Lifestealer, by the way. The Unfeathered looks pretty damn solid as a facet. Let's see what happens in this game, though, as we are having some smokes, but just for rewarding, it seems like right now.
Well, unless Nigma want to try for their uber massive wrapper again, but it's just 2 supports making that move, so doesn't seem like it's going to happen. Everyone has some vision out. So game 2. Remember, one and all, that this is not an elimination game. This is a qualification game. I mean, elimination is there by proxy, but if Chimera win, they need just one more game to solidify a placement at DreamLeague Season 25. And unfortunately for Nigma, this might just be yet another season where they end up missing out because the competition is too tough. But it's only game 2 now. Still a lot of time to go in this BO5.
The rune. Will anyone get baited? T2000 runs back, so will Panto. Yeah, this time around they don't feed the first blood. A bit more careful. 3
Don't give up 3
bounties.
bounties, unfortunately. Yeah. I mean, they won the previous game despite losing 3 bounties and the first blood, so I feel like they'll be okay with the situation.
GH doing the... Is he gonna do... Nah, he's not gonna do the same thing. This time around, he does retrieve the spirit. Maybe he will. It looks like he'll use the spirit and then go through the twin gate, right? I would assume
He's waiting
so,
too long
yeah.
to do anything else.
Yeah. I mean, I love that he's doing this. This is such a neat trick.
Alright, check this out, Obs. Look bottom. The spirit's getting damaged. Here we go. How much is he gonna get? That's the question. As we see Lornoff and Sumail
It's gonna hit mid
Battling
as
it
well.
out mid, chilling. I was
Doesn't
gonna.
hit mid.
Oh, misses Lauren off, sadly.
Yeah, the lane is in a bad spot anyway, so he can't really do a lot. Anyways, he gets double damage basically on GH. He's got plus 55. It's not enough. It hurts, but it's not enough. Mid lane so
Honestly,
far,
how this mid
Sumail
lane
doing
is gonna go.
5-1.
I mean, Sumail, there's no way he loses this lane, right? For me, this is like a tough matchup because Laranov as DK, you should be fine, right? Overall, you're going to be okay, like you mentioned in the previous game. But Sumail is just known for abusing unfavorable matchups. And top lane, Miracle, he's in trouble right now. The Hawk has access in 2 seconds. Hasn't thrown them out just yet. Taking a little bit of damage from the Tar Bomb. Maybe they go back onto GH. GH, he's the one that's falling low now. Access thrown out once again. GH getting low. His Toria going to get destroyed as well, right in front of his face. So there's no first blood onto a hero, but there is going to be some animal violence taking place at the beginning of the game.
Man, I hate when that happens. Botlane Noob almost dies. Omar might be the one. Never mind, both of them should survive, yeah. But I hate when that happens with a career. I honestly think there's some bug with control groups. Because I see it happening to anyone that has that's playing control group heroes. Like with Elder Titan, you probably have a control group for your spirit, and then suddenly Courier just does what you told your spirit to do, and just chills somewhere in the lane. Probably
like
fat
it goes
fingers,
past you and then delivers the items back, and you're just like, what? That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, and just stands there. But yeah, so far, lanes are very chaotic on all sides, on top, on bottom, but no kills yet.
Still a nice calm affair. Everybody just trying to farm themselves away. Top, bottom. There might be some aggression going on to Noob. They're trying to put pressure onto this Bristleback before he starts to get more points into the passive. The way he played it last game with the Snot Rocket, he went 1-3-1. So that should enable more of an opportunity for them to get this harass out onto the BB when they can. Oof, middle. It's fine. Do this DK. It's fine.
Yeah. I was gonna say playing with fire, but you know, these puns are.
It's fire.
I want to jump out the window after I say them. So, I mean, he truly is. Like, he's playing on the edge, but this Lina is just dominating. 20 last hits, 12 on bottom off. Top lane.
They might find first blood onto GH in the top lane. Dahak
So
wants
maybe
to, but
Dahak.
unfortunately Miracle doing more damage, and he's going to be the one that finds the first blood. Now he's leading on to 1J. Would love to find the double kill. The Tar Bomb was thrown out, and there's going to be another arrow. Sears him into death, and that's going to be a double kill for Miracle on his Clinks, baby.
Yeah, down bottom, they do manage to take down the Rasta, but the big winners of the laning stage right now are definitely Nigma. Like 26 CS on the Lina, she's doubling Lorenov. Like Sumail is absolutely dismantling him, and top lane, of course. With this double kill, Miracle should feel very happy.
Noob is probably going to die here, but honestly, with the amount of time he's been able to waste, while he dies, creeps have been hitting the tier 1 tower, bringing it a little bit lower. He managed to finish off the entire wave that was chasing him. Honestly, given the overall mechanics, I think he's fine with this.
Yeah, probably, you know. If you mess the equilibrium up, because this lane is not easy at all for him any longer. Double level 2, Nether Blast, level 2 Stifling Dagger, like he can't approach the lane. He needs to already get some stacks going for himself. Or secure the runes like he did before. Look at him rotating. Refreshing the bottle as well. Playing like a support. Basically, he's the big loser of this laning stage for Nigma. The other two lanes, though, have won.
Yeah. Especially middle. Holy smokes. Sumail is owning. This is the kind of king performance that we like to see.
Oh, I was asking which one of these heroes can actually win against Dragonite. I think we have our answer. I feel like it might be the only one. Omar is waiting for a gank. If Lorenov approaches...
might be finding himself dead as well. He's getting jumped. There's going to be the Phantom Strike. Not enough to kill him, though. Going to be able to back away underneath the tower. Omar did find the shackles out, but certainly not going to be enough. And in the meantime, GH will find himself falling here. One way, 1J and Dahak get the kill in mid lane. Sumail solo kills Lorenov without even having LSA. Just Laguna, level 3 Dragon Slave, and some right clicks, and it's more than enough. Sumail demonstrating that his throne is not vacant. He is still the king of this lane.
Yeah, if you give this man an advantageous matchup, he just pushes it to the limit. This is a very sad Dragonite. He's got the Bracer and Boots. That's it. From your mid laner, you usually expect more. But it is a Dragonite, you know, like he gets his Dragon form, starts pushing some towers with his teammates. Can still work.
Activates the DK form right now, just putting some pressure. Maybe hoping to beat onto the tier 1 while he can, as top lane. They're hoping to try and bring down Miracle. At this point in time, he is a little bit susceptible to dying. Of course, pre-level 6, so no Skeleton Walk available, and Miracle will end up dead. The Hawk finding his revenge, but Sumail making his first rotation of the game. GH is here as well. Doesn't have Echo Stomp, hasn't found the perfect range for it just yet. Sumail with the Laguna Blade out, Dragon Slave not gonna connect.
Missed.
The Hawk went the correct direction, heading to the east. Sumail Thorio is going to the west, so this Beastmaster not only survives, wastes a ton of time away from Lina in this mid lane.
Big win for Chimera. They get the kill on their carry,
Money to burn.
and they waste a lot of time from Lina, which means that Dragonite gets some breathing space on the mid lane. Sumail.
Lina's gonna come get her get back. She might not kill heroes, but she's gonna definitely get some of these creeps that have been stacked up. The Hawk now ends up dead. Miracle finding that kill. Long range shackles from Omar connects onto Panto. So this Pugna almost certainly dies. Even TA2000 is here. He wants to try and defend the stack.
Everyone
which
is here.
Noob and Sumail are clearing through at the moment. So much gold being lost by Chimera. Noob, he's gonna get jumped on by TA2000. He will be killed. So they got the hard camp, but the Ancients are beyond their capabilities, and TA2000 will claim a bristleback in exchange for those creeps.
Yeah, I love how his whole team is moving back, and Noob is like, guys, Ancients, march! Gets just obliterated.
Speaking of moving back, Sumail is getting jumped on right now by TA2000, but there's no follow-up. Loranov does not have Dragon Tail at the ready, despite having access to the Dragon form. So if he was level 8, that's a dead Lina right there. However, the move came a little bit too soon.
Yeah, they did zone Sumail out of the runes at least. TA2000 gets the region. You know, all of these small little things add up, specifically because Sumail doesn't have travels yet. GH.
He's not fine. He's dead. He's dead. He is one more hit. Oh, actually, he is fine because Miracle has too much damage onto 1J, zoning him away. And unfortunately, the dead shot did not connect properly.
You are the king of talking too soon, I swear.
Radiant.
Facts, bro.
Absolute undisputed champion.
Whenever I say someone's guaranteed to die, they live. Whenever I say, you're gonna be fine, bro, they always die.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not saying that I always see that it's not gonna happen, but from time to time it does happen, and it's very funny. I love it.
You gotta love it. Panto just wants to get his arcane boots down bottom. Noob is here. The Shadow Shaman is not that far away, but not close enough to really threaten him, so he's gonna be okay. By the way, you know Shadow Shaman? His name Rasta? I've never told you how much I actually hate the word Rasta, because people call me a Rasta all the time and it annoys me so much, dude. It's like, oh, you've got dreadlocks, you must be a Rasta. I'm like, what the hell, guys?
Can I call you that?
If you give me that, what is the stuff you bought us for in Seattle, that liquor?
Oh, Rakia.
If you buy me Rakia, you can call me Rasta all you want, brother.
Okay. Yeah, it connects people. You know, Rakia is the ultimate social lubricant. Okay, I'm definitely getting you some more next time I see you. Don't worry.
My man.
Dire's middle tower.
That
is
stuff
under attack.
was... Oh, yeah. You know exactly how good it was.
Yeah, I know. But listen, we're casting MESWA region. Don't go full haram. We need to cover the game.
Yes. You can't be haram. Must make sure that everything's above board. We're all good. And right now, it's a very close game, which is what we want out of this region. We do not want stomps either from Nigma or against them. But Nigma Galaxy and now positioning themselves to maybe try and invade this triangle again.
Well, they're losing
but I
their
don't
own
think it's gonna
stacks.
happen.
They're losing their own stacks. Loranov just took a quad stack of Ancients in their own triangle. They just gave this Dragonite Omega boost, and no one contested it. Like, he's suddenly... Yeah, he's suddenly higher net worth than even the Beastmaster. Like, Nice pump.
And the best part about it, they didn't even manage to actually take the Ancient, so he can still come back to his own triangle, farm those up, and all of a sudden just catch up to the Lina directly.
Yeah, the one that's really suffering and has been suffering through the game, and I don't see how it becomes even easier for him, is Noob. Like, this Bristleback is the lowest net worth core. 11 and 10, of course, it doesn't really mean a lot, but it's not an easy game for him. That's the problem. Like, you're playing into Decrepify, you're playing into Netherward, you're playing into Break eventually from PA.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
This fan of Knives is going to be a big problem, especially considering that this PA has gotten quite a bit of farm. They're actually going on to Noob here. Omar is nearby, but Noob, very low on the HP, just thanking his lucky stars that there's no other hero. Because if they had one other hero from Chimera, that would be a dead Bristleback.
Yeah, they had to move into the triangle. They were protecting the Ancients from Lina. Sumail did steal a couple of them, but didn't really manage to do the same damage that Dragonite did on the other side. My question is basically Dragonite, and how far is he from the Blink? He's actually very close, and he's
right
taking
there.
the
The
tier 1.
Tier 1 tower's going to give it to him.
If he gets the tier 1 tower.
Dire's middle tower.
Panto's going to get it, and they're going to try and kill Panto. Noob! Ah, Noob!
Noob!
I don't know about that TP, gang. He shows up just to give Lauren additional gold. That will complete the Blink Dagger for this DK. Echo Stomp, though, lays out onto 2. Unfortunately, I'm not sure they have the damage to get these kills. Panto, life draining onto GH. They can't even kill the partner, Liz.
Nope.
Oh, 1J? Okay, 1J runs into a Dragon Slave. So they at least get that. But Noob? Question mark? Well, he has a question mark in his name, so... Or an exclamation mark. But he needs a question mark instead, because that was very
Yeah,
cool.
he definitely needs to replace the question with an the exclamation with a question mark. That was... I think he tried probably TPing a bit earlier, and then he took too much damage from TA and TA 2000, that is. And then he looked kinda, you know... kinda crazy with the TP. But they're being outplayed. Once again, Chimera, they're stepping their game up massively since yesterday. All these small little moves, much better.
We were talking like in the pre-show, like before we even started the game, like when we were offline, and I was saying that based on what I saw yesterday, I don't think Chimera stands any chance, but I am very glad to be proven wrong on that front. They are looking incredible here.
Yeah, they needed to step it up completely, and so far they have. Even with the bad lanes, by the way. Lorenov is completely back online. I feel like he's either going for Mate Slayer or Orchid, we'll see. But he's got his Blink already, and he's active.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
I personally would prefer Orchid, but either or, I think it's perfectly fine here. They're about to get the tier 1 tower. Nigma have brought most of their complement besides the Bristleback. Unfortunately, they're not going to find anything off the back of this. Miracle running forward. He will come across Panto. So they'll get the easy kill onto this Pugner, at least for now. The Hawk being scouted out by GH's Spirit. And
yeah, just a little movement speed bonus from the Hawk. The roar was a nice attempt, but it's not going to work.
You know what that was? You know what that was, right? It was, he knew he wanted the movement speed, but we were talking yesterday, remember, about the Ogre Bruiser and how annoying that creep is.
I see,
and he's
I
like,
see.
if I'm going to die, I'm going to let this Ogre know how much I think about him.
I see. So some beef from before. Insta TPs, by the way, down bottom. Miracle, he's had a blast in the laning stage, and he's putting that to use. He's already got his Orchid straight into 1J.
Yep, but now they get the silence out onto 1J. Unfortunately, though, there are still going to be a lot of damage coming in onto the Klinks himself. He ate the Dragon Tail, he ate the crits, and now the Klinks is dead. Yes, 1J does die, but is it worth it? Panto trying to get the life drain out onto Omar. Gets zoned back by Sumail and Noob. Will he be able to escape? I don't think so. Laguna Blade will be out. There's the Dragon Slave, LSA. This partner will end up falling to the Ether Shock, as well as the Bristleback damage. However, they got the kill onto Miracle, only sacrificing 2 supports. Yeah, there's more gold going the way of Nigma overall, but I don't think I'm that sad about it if I'm Chimera. My TA 2000 PA is farming the triangle. My DK is back middle. I'm cool.
I love that you got confused by TA PA 2000 as well. But yeah, that was... I'm not sure what... How do they plan to kill with Klinks escaping is my question, because that just looked silly. Maybe a Hex on one and Shackles on the other? That's how they planned it? But Omar didn't manage to disable both of them, so Klinks just dies immediately. Plus the Lina kind of went to the right when they were going to... Yeah, in any case, maybe... not maybe, definitely a mistake by Nigma.
Thankfully for them, not that big of a gold lead in favor of Chimera. So they have opportunities to recover, especially now that they have the full Aghanim Scepter available for Sumail. So I would not be surprised to see them try to make a big move on the map. Unfortunately, they are still lacking some reach. Shadow Shaman quite far away from having a Blink Dagger or anything like that. So a lot of reliance is going to be there on the scouting of the Echo Spirit. But crucially, what happens in a fight if LSA misses? What's the control that they have in that engagement?
Well, let's see. The Hawk is going to get controlled and he's going to die. They do have control, right? Even if LSA misses, you've got your Hex, you have your Shackles, a bit of Echo Stomp afterwards. And they probably have a free rush. With the Snot Rocket, defending that is almost impossible.
They did see Miracle middle underneath some sentry ward, so they might try to jump him while this Aegis attempt is being taken by the side of Nigma. So I imagine they're going to give the Aegis towards Sumail. Given that he's not planning to build a BKB anytime soon, he will certainly need the additional life in these fights.
Let's see. It's most likely, like you said, Sumail. TP's back to base afterwards, no mana, nothing like that. Does have a full Axe, and like this game and this map is kind of scary. You're playing into an Axe, Lina, and the Klinks with Orchid. It's very difficult to move around freely. If it doesn't matter who you are, this Beastmaster, the Dragon Knight, the PA, whoever gets gone on probably dies. That's why he's you see where he is. He's like, I need to sit under the tier 2 tower.
If he had literally gone 100 units to the north, he'd be dead right now.
And he knows that. That's why he's not moving. Things kind of change when Shadow Shaman gets Blink, but he's not even close. He's going for Aetherlands, of course, first. They're coming to contest this now, though.
Bro, Dahak is so close to having the Aghanim Scepter. 235 gold away from having it. That cannot afford to die here, but Nigma also do not want to push the envelope too much. They know that this is only Roshan #1. First Aegis is not the game-winning one. We still need some items to bridge the gap until we become really, really strong.
What do you do if you don't push the envelope too much, by the way? Do you take it to a different post box?
No, you take it to a different country. Then it becomes part of like some old school in envelopes of a major essay about how to make sure you're not too aggressive in Dota. You know, it becomes a part of history as well. As middle, history is about to be made onto new potentially. He's gonna be surviving for now. The calling, he'll be able to walk out of it. Not dead just yet. LSA only connecting onto Laranov. It feels like Chimera Esports, although they potentially had the read there, they were a little bit skittish about overcommitting, not knowing not just where the rest of Nigma was, but in particular, they had no idea where GH was, so you can't take that fight.
Laranov might be caught here.
Oh, he is indeed. Hexed up, got the silence out of this Orchid. Laguna Blade will be there, and they burst him down. Soul Burn not even required. Dragon Slay finishes him off.
Right, literally.
Sumail with his mega kill streak will get the tier 1 tower middle.
Yeah. On one side, you have saves because of the Echo Stomp, right? Like you have this ET who can save the Bristle, you can just charge in with Bristle. On the other, you don't really have a save. Like Decrep on paper is one. Oh,
Miracle!
well,
Miracle!
yeah, it happens.
Yeah, it does happen. It's unfortunate.
I mean, just look at the wards from Radiant. Just look at that Observer and the Sentry, where they are. Like, usually you expect a Dire Observer to be there, not a Radiant. But they did it just because of Klinks, just because of these kind of plays, so that they can anticipate and kill off the Klinks if he's trying to gank from behind. Super punished.
That's going to mean that by the time he comes back, they only have, what, 90 seconds in effect left on their Aegis. There's no way they're going to try and claim a bigger objective off the back of this. So these tier 2s will likely be safe. Tier 2000 will have time to close in on having access to his BKB as well on this Phantom Assassin. What a death, dude. What a death.
Completely saves and rescues this portion of the game for them. Like you said, everyone gets time to farm. Tormentor is rescued as well. Or at least taken, I should say, by them, instead of being stolen.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Who could have guessed? The words do hold some importance in this game.
Who could have guessed? Not 99% of the Dota community.
Yeah.
As Sumail just assassinates Panto, just who was chilling in the dire side of the map. It's whatever. If I'm Panto at this stage of the game, I'm telling my team, guys, if we win, expect me to be earning a Malco Award here. I'm going to be opening myself up so that y'all don't die instead.
Gets a kill top, straight through the twin gate down bottom. 30 seconds away from another Laguna Blade. He even carries his own observer ward to plant on this maybe cliff to scout the beast out, and the Hawk is instantly scouted.
Oh,
yep.
The Hawk is dead.
Miracle as well though.
Sumail! With that damage, they do end up getting the kill onto Sumail as well as GH in this mid lane.
Worth it.
So 2 for 1 all
Omar
across the map. Omar gonna be in some trouble as well as he gets jumped on by TA2000. He gets a triple kill for his efforts and kills Omar's courier while he's at it. Omar, man, listen, I don't know if you watched that game yesterday between Gaming Gladiators and Tundra, where Diracho was playing out of his freaking mind on the PA. TA2000 is making a strong case for being able to match that level of performance so far.
I honestly absolutely agree. He's having a really good game, but what is Nigma doing though? Like, they are making so many unnecessary moves. Like, Sumail is owning. He's just moving across. He's 7-0-3. He crushed this Dragon Knight so hard that he has no business being this farmed and being this far up front. But they just lose like 2 heroes mid, and then they TP in and lose another one. I mean, there's some I'm not sure, there's some rift in Nigma at the moment. Their playstyle very different from the one we witnessed yesterday.
Yeah. It's almost like a real life Underlord showed up, dragged them into a very different universe. They're not playing exactly the same. And Sumail almost got caught out here. He did find himself very close to some Radiant heroes, but is able to skirt himself away. Well, perhaps steal some Lotuses in the process. Nah, it's too dangerous. He's just gonna get to safety.
He was the one chasing, actually. He was the one going for the kills, but 1J actually expected Clinks, so he used the dust. But he didn't expect Lina. TA2000, gotta be careful. He does have a BKB. He's TPing.
Oh my god, it's a long TP.
Oh, so close mid lane.
Meantime, though, Bristleback is gonna get himself caught inside the river, and he is certainly gonna die. Dude, Chimera's actually moving so well. The moment they realized that Sumail and Omar are top, they knew that it's going to be a very easy jump onto the Bristle without really any response. And that's why they're also going onto GH. But he happens to have an Invis rune, which spawned in front of his face. Picks it up, keeps himself alive. Otherwise, he would also be food for this PA.
Yeah, the way that Chimera is playing, it feels like they're the ones that have an Invis hero and the hero that can fly over trees to gank and burst you. Because the last 5 minutes, they're 5k ahead. They've just been getting one kill after another. Miracle, miracle, miracle.
He's in trouble. He's been caught underneath this DK. Do they have the reveal for him? No. The heroes that jumped him are not the ones carrying the dust.
Beast
Panto was coming with it, but he's too far behind. Oh no! Miracle! The Hawk came back through the twin gate, catches him with the primal roll, and they bring down the Clinks.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but they're just not playing to their A game at the moment, and Chimera are playing out of their minds. Considering that you have all this pressure on you, they're making all the right moves. Now towards top, GH is just gone.
Oh my god.
Sumail might catch him on this wave though.
He might, but is this a good idea for Sumail? Okay, they go in, Omar, they get the full Hex out, they get him immediately directly. If without Omar there, I would have been a bit concerned, but with Omar being there, easy kill for them to claim.
I mean, this kill has eluded them 3 or 4 times in a row. So they finally do manage to get the PA, and now they're pinging out Lauren off mid.
And they actually get him though. Unfortunately, Omar still doesn't have a blink dagger of his own, so you can't get the insta reach. Sumail is necessary to get the LSA first so that Omar can catch up.
Yep. With that kill on PA, the game did even out slightly. At least the bleeding has stopped for Nigma, so they should be happy with this. If you are Chimera though at the same time, I don't think that you're super sad about what's happening. Beastmaster getting closer towards his BKB. Almost a full pike completed on Dragon Knight. Your PA is more than ready to fight. You are losing kills, heroes, but this is... you're playing Lina. Against Lina, this is bound to happen. 1J.
A bit of danger here. He's going to find himself on the very far side from where the rest of his team is. And GH did a very smart thing. He sent the Spirits to the south to make sure that there's no actual backup available for 1J.
Oh,
ensuring that
miracle.
this Muerta is indeed alone. But now, oh no, Lorenov and Dahak, as soon as the Spirit went away, they came in by surprise. Find some assassination onto Miracle, the big bad boy. Now Lorenov and Dahak, they still need to be a little bit afraid here. Sumail is nearby. Noob has been throwing out these
Hex.
goos, getting the stacks
PA.
out, and now they find the Hex LSA onto this Phantom Assassin, but they have no Laguna Liz. They don't have the additional
They have
damage. It finally comes back just in time. What a long duration sleep coming in from GH. It ensures that Sumail can send them directly into his nightmares as they get those kills and open up the path to the Roshan.
Yeah, they weren't sure if they wanted to go in or out. They kind of, after killing Miracle, they considered sticking around and fighting on Chimera, that is. They got punished heavily for it. Like, if you don't see the Shadow Shaman, if you don't have the right vision, if Omar catches you, you're as good as dead. I mean, even without the Hex Shackles, I feel like most heroes die to the Lina combo. 1J?
1J is not going to be able to get that catch. Escape through the twin gate for
Panto.
Omar.
Panto, though.
Panto has the decrypt. Avoids the secondary right clicks from the Lina. Gonna be fine.
Well, he's fine, but he lost the wisdom. That was the trade-off. If he went for the wisdom, he gets it, but he gets LSA then killed. This way, he doesn't get the wisdom rune. Still worth it, I guess. Like, at least he doesn't feed another kill. I'm not even sure. Like, the wisdom is pretty massive.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I feel like also the 15 talents when you're playing the decrypt on the with the movement speed. How much is it nowadays? 30%? Yeah, pretty good. So if you got that wisdom, would have been closer to getting that. It's unfortunate.
Yeah, this game is so back and forth, but at the moment, Sumail is literally keeping Nigma in this game. He's been a part of, what, 13 kills out of 18?
Dire are scanning.
Just making all the right moves.
Dire's bottom
But
tower
I'm
is
afraid
under
that
attack.
one catch on
Radiant's top
Lina
tower
and
is under attack.
this game is in a really rough spot for Nigma once again.
I
Luckily,
see a
they
move
do.
in this mid lane as they smoke. They don't have vision just yet on the flanks. They see him now. They see him. He's dead. He's dead. Jump, Dragon Tail, but where's the follow-up? Chimera! What happened? That's my fault, actually. That's my fault, my bad.
Snare strikes again. The Prophet.
Dude, how is he alive though? Like, Beastmaster with Blink Dagger,
That's
DK
true.
with Blink Dagger, PA with the Phantom Strike. I have no idea how he's still alive.
That's true, that's true. He probably should have been dead there. They didn't commit fully. They do lose, or at least trade the tier 2s, and Lorenov with his shield rune. He might poke a little bit just to force them back.
Is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
I mean, they have the DK poke as well as this Nether Blast coming out of the Pugna. So definitely cause enough for Nigma to reconsider their own stances. They pop the cliff, they back off, and you don't have to really do that much. You still keep your own high ground without having to pop a cliff yourself as Chimera. They're waiting for this Tormy. Check them out, bro.
Yep, they are. It's because of Bristle. Bristle can even solo it, so the three of them are more than enough to grab that Tormy for Shadow Shaman.
That's pretty decent. the additional range in tandem with the Aether Lens, his shackles are going to be crazy long.
Yep. It's good. Like the shard is already there on GH, so he didn't have to get it.
Dire are scanning.
The first time in this game, we do have a... Well, the first time since the very early portion, we have a slight net worth lead in favor of Nigma Galaxy. But it still hangs all in the balance. Gaben says it's literally a 50-50 game right now.
It truly is, and it feels that way. The only difference maker right now that I see, or I should say difference maker, I should just say something different, is Omar. He's just purchased his Blink. He just flew out to him. From Lina, sure, this Yasha and Kaya is a big boost to the speed with which she dishes out the damage, but the game changer is definitely the Blink on Shadow Shaman. You can catch heroes easier.
Yep.
Even if you're feeling kind of safe, like a PA can die in 1 hex.
They're trying to reveal that Blink Dagger right now with the smoke between Sumail and Omar. Unfortunately though, it seems like Chimera Esports suspect that something is a little bit awry. And they'll position themselves on the high ground. And the thing is, they've managed to waste quite a lot of time on this Aegis. Laranov, he goes in, he's feeling very tanky about himself. They get the stun out onto Noob.
Sumail is prime.
No easy way to drag him back just yet. Sumail waiting for the chance. He does look for the LSA, forces the BKB out of TA2000. Hashtag worth. Even if you just run away and nothing else happens, Nigma Galaxy have won this fight.
Yep, that's absolute worth right there. And that was a 9-second BKB as well. For Sumail and the boys, the bad thing for Nigma at least is the fact that Aegis is out in 20 seconds. So the game has been stalled far enough and long enough.
Radiant's bottom tower.
If you're Chimera, like, what's the next big thing for you that you're getting? It's always nice to get more items on PA, right? Like maybe some Abyssal or Satanic. He's going for Abyssal. Lorenov going for Daedalus. I wouldn't mind some BKB from Lorenov, to be honest, as well, but okay. He's got a lot of mobility.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I would not mind the Silver Edge on Muerta so they can deal with this Bristleback.
Radiant's middle tower.
Yeah. He's going for Shadow Blade at least for now.
Tier 2 tower gets taken now by Nigma Galaxy. GH will purchase up a gem as well so they can control more of the map. And Nigma Galaxy now have managed to remove all the outer towers on the map. Have a lot more space to play around with.
Yep.
Unfortunately, the time that it took them to do this
Mid.
also granted Lorenov a full Daedalus as jumping in middle 1J. Soloed 100-0 by the Bloodthorn Orchid. Oh, not the Orchid Burn. It's what's this one called? Soul Rain, not Soul Burn. So that kills him, 100-0. What can you do?
So Rend, yeah. Keep in mind that now Lina has Boots of Travel too. Like, that's what he went for. Sumail now can combo it up with most likely Miracle when he's using his, when he's running around in Skeleton Walk. You can just travel on top of him, find pickoffs. It's also much easier, of course, to TP on Shadow Shaman if you find someone. For Shadow Shaman, I feel like maybe this is a BKB or Lincoln's game as well. Just get the BKB, get on top of the beast. Mid lane though.
They thought about it, but they were also like, well, we don't really have the best vision in the world. And I think also because the only person that they see outside of this Bristle mid was that Lina bottom, who has bots too, like you mentioned. She could just show up immediately to turn the fight, so it's kind of a bad jump.
It's also good that she left because look at them moving towards bottom. Let's see if... like, it's still high ground positioning by Chimera. This looks okay for them.
Get the stun onto Noob, but like I mentioned, no break except for the Fan of Knives. It comes out right now onto the Bristleback. Will it be enough? Omar getting right-clicked down by this DK. Still alive, will eventually take the tumble, but now BK in a bit of danger. 4 stops onto the high ground, evades the damage from Sumail. The Hawk gets the Primal Roar out onto Miracle. They want this Clinks first and foremost. Do they have enough damage for the Skeleton Archer? Not just yet, but Tier 2000 has enough to bring down Sumail with the help of Lorenov. And as soon as they do, Miracle dies with a splash damage next to him as well. Lorenov on a double kill. He might be able to find more. They're looking for GH. They get him. It is 5 heroes removed from play. Lorenov actually got a triple out of that situation. Look at the damage from PA. Almost 7,000 damage done by TA2000.
Yeah, and 5k on the other side by Sumail. The two heroes that are actually doing some serious work in the game. The splash damage from PA actually kills off the Shadow Shaman at the beginning. He blinked behind the Bristle, helping him out using foul play, but getting kind of destroyed afterwards. Yeah. Overall, that's the one fight that I was waiting for. The one fight that just puts the game completely in Chimera's hands. And you saw how Sumail was playing the outskirts of that fight. It was still good. Not good enough in the end.
Long range shackles reach out onto TA2000, but there's absolutely no way that they can realistically expect to kill him here. So he's just gonna blink himself away. They drop down the Dragon Tail stun onto Noob just so he doesn't chase outside the base. And they don't get much more than the tier 3 tower, but before this fight broke out, the gold lead was exactly even. In fact, Gaben was predicting 63% chance for Nigma Galaxy to win. All of a sudden, that's massively inverted. They have a 7k gold advantage. Omar? What's going to happen to him here? Fowler is not going to keep him alive. He ends up dead. They also find the Primal Roar out onto Noob as well. This Bristleback in danger. They don't even need the Fan of Knives here, Liz. They're just right-clicking him. TA2000 drops it just for style points. As Noob goes down, nothing to be suffered by Chimera. Roshan respawns in 100 seconds. They should be able to climb. Oh, they also got the scan.
Yeah,
they connected onto GH. They're going to chase him. The courier's going forward. It's probably going to be the one to grant them the vision that they need. 1J comes in on the other side, sees where GH is at, has the dead shot, throws him back. The team is waiting, and his death is calling. Another death for Nigma and more victory on the map for Chimera Esports.
Yeah, he was probably hoping to snatch that Wisdom Rune, but 1J gets to it quicker, gets to it first, and just another wipe. You know, like everyone that was there died from Nigma. They attempted the move where Sumail wasn't even... I mean, he has Boots of Travel too, sure, but he never even attempted to join. He just continued out-pushing bottom because that would have been a disaster if he dies as well. And he definitely would have died if he joined them. I feel like they, in the last couple of fights, they had some anti-synergy between Bristle and Echo Stomp. I think they need to work around that a bit more because Sumail, all he needs is... He needs time to reset the LSAs in these fights. To reset his... He's dealing out so much damage, but he needs that control to be continuous so that he can reset his spells.
Double damage.
One of the unfortunate parts about that is there was at least one fight where Noob, after the Echo Stomp went out, he had his back turned, he ate a Stifling Dagger, and that forced him to throw out the quills, which woke multiple heroes up.
Like 3 of them,
So
right, on the high ground.
Yeah. Exactly, yeah. That exactly right, yeah.
If he doesn't wake them up there, I really think Lina does way more. Maybe even wins that fight for them, but she's now got an E-Blade, and they will try to force down bottom.
Let's see. Tier 3 tower does indeed fall. However, they can't progress fast enough to put realistic damage onto these buildings. Even the range racks, it's only suffered 100 damage. They're okay with this.
Yeah, 1J has a gem and the Shadow Blade, so he's not afraid to poke his head out. They pinged out Miracle mid. They have another gem on Beast, by the way, so they have a gem on Muerta and they have a gem on Beast. They really do hate Miracle. They don't want to let him play this game at all.
Yeah. Miracle's also fallen off since he picked up that Bloodthorn. Like, his progression has been massively forestalled. He was able to get the Linkins without that much difficulty, but since then, this MKB is looking further and further away than when he initially purchased this. And without the MKB, like, the PA with BKB is better than your Clinks with the Bloodthorn. She will kill you before the Bloodthorn Soul Red becomes active on you.
It's not only him anymore, it's also the Dragonite. Like, he's becoming a big issue. He's got Aghanims, like Elder Dragon form together with Daedalus. You know, this dragon is massive now as well. BKB,
okay.
Yeah, 9-second BKB too, you know.
I want us to just quickly calculate some of the beef that's inherent on this Radiant lineup, right? Check this out. So 2k HP on the Pugna, 2k on the Muerta,
Miracle.
3 on the Phantom Lancer. Oh, Miracle? Just out of
Come.
range of the roar. Just out of range, game. Just out of range.
Yeah, if he didn't cast Wild Axes, I feel like he might have even caught him there. Bot lane though, 1J, he knows Sumail blinks out immediately.
Smells too fast.
Oh, but
Oh,
Miracle
Sumail's
though,
actually coming a little bit back, actually.
he's dead
Miracle,
now.
he's going to be the one that's all alone, all isolated. He gets caught, killed, Abyssal Blade on top of him. Easy death. Larenov with a dominating streak. And, you know, Larenov is probably going to be like, well, I would like to use the last remnant of my Elder Dragon on something useful. What is more useful than killing the enemy carry?
You know, they almost caught Panto, but for some reason they decided not to go towards him. Moved back a bit, didn't catch him. So not even that consolation kill happened. They're just playing a much cleaner game. Once again. 11-1 on the Lina. Almost perfect.
They're trying to force this buyback potentially out of the Clinks as they jump onto Noob. Abyssal Blade on top of him. The LSA misses, but there's the Hawk. Primal Roar onto Sumail, hoping to kill him off, but Tier 2000 falling very low. Doesn't want to expend the Aegis just yet with a 2-minute cooldown still to go. So will instead pop BKB, get out. And though they don't find any immediate kills here, Liz, they get the buyback out of the Clink. So if they kill him again, the game probably ends immediately.
Yeah, they're very happy with this. But keep in mind, PA very close to Satanic, very close to level 25. And the fact that he didn't lose the Aegis means they can just go back and finish these two things off. And Nigma, they also realize we just used this, because of them using this buyback, they need to go and make a play. If Miracle gets caught here, like you said, game might be just over.
Okay, Larenov could die, but he does have BKB, Hurricane Pike, SNY. They're not killing him. So Larenov is good. Dahak though, not going to be as lucky as he gets bursted down by Sumail, but sadly Sumail might not escape from this. He doesn't have a BKB of his own. He blinks onto the high ground, trying to get himself away from this fight as they've caught in the catch onto TA 2000. TA turn towards Omar. They get the kill onto the Shadow Shaman. 1 minute still to go on this Aegis, so TA 2000 still happy to fight here. Laguna Blade was expended onto Dahak, but not enough to kill him. They wanted to get the dieback, but they do not find it, and now instead they're going onto Noob. The break was there, but the Aegis gets expended first. Sumail looking for the LSA stun. He gets it. BKB on cooldown for 7 seconds, but TA 2000 able to get the Phantom Strike away. They hold the Bristleback at bay with the Primal Roar. Sumail now getting jumped upon. TA 2000 able to activate the BKB. He just wants to get back into the base. Was hoping to burst someone in 1 second. Did not happen. So Nigma Galaxy, for a while they have been struggling with their engagements list, but this fight was a miracle for them. They force a buyback, they take away the Aegis, and now they're pressuring the Tier 3 tower.
Yeah, I would say also it was a Sumail and Omar for them, not just a miracle. Also a little bit of TA 2000 jumping in there without having BKB, getting shackled, getting killed off. Before killing off Sumail, he got baited into thinking that he can kill this massive TA. She's got the 125% Laguna Blade damage into barrier talent, by the way. And it's working wonders at the moment.
Chimera, they have buyback on the Pugna, but they're staring down the barrel of having their first lane of racks taken away from them. They stun out onto Noob. They want him potentially, but look at Sumail. He eviscerates 1J towards the west side of the map. No buyback available for the Muerta. And all of a sudden, Nigma, who are on the back foot, have claimed a lane of racks. They're looking for the second one as well. Chimera Esports just unable to contend with the faster play of Nigma. They've been outsmarted here, Liz.
They've been outsmarted, outplayed. It felt like they had full control of this game, and now we're looking at the possible 1-1. ET did TP back, but he's got the shard, right? So he can echo stomp back into... Don't worry, yeah. Dude, Beast is dead, no buyback.
No buyback for the Beastmaster. Sumail doing so much damage. Tier 2000 trying to jump and kill GH. Not going to be able to do so. In the meantime, Larenov pops his BKB, zoning these heroes back. He can't kill anybody, however. And now that his BKB is about to expire, he needs to run the hell away. TA 2000 jumping in. He can't even kill the Shadow Shaman. Does eventually manage to do so. Trying to keep this fight going. There's going to be a ghost on the Decrep onto this Bristleback. He can't really progress forward in this fight, but Larenov is all of a sudden completely isolated from the rest of his team. He does manage to kill Miracle in the corner, but it does cost him his life. That being said, he has buyback. Miracle does not. That's a dieback on the Clinks. However, if he doesn't buy back right now, this could be full megas in favor of Nigma Galaxy. TA2000 trying to kill off Noob. Not going to be able to do so just yet. Rod of Atos onto GH. They want to bring down this Elder Titan. They do so. Omar forced to blink away after using his shackles. And TA2000 knows that this one kill on a support is not enough. They need more. They need a big core. But these big cores are all gone. They have retreated. They've demolitioned the base. And they've put themselves in a much better position than they were a mere 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, I mean, they should be very happy that at least megas were not claims, right? Like they defended versus Nigma with that one last barrack standing. And Nigma, the main reason why they had to go back is because Lina lost all her mana. If someone ferried some mana, it would be completely different because then she can use Laguna. Laguna is the main reason why she's so tanky. It's this crazy shield that she's getting, this crazy barrier that she's getting from her level 25 talent. And she didn't have it anymore, so she couldn't continue fighting. I mean, for Chimera, I feel like they're doing the same thing now, but on the other side. They need to go ham.
Looks like they're going for the jugular. Beastmaster TPs to the outpost after respawning. They still have 30 seconds, no Clinks. They know for a fact they can play this 5 versus 4. Can they make this happen? They're going in onto Noob. Noob falling low. Noob about to die, but he's still alive! 80 HP. This bristleback does not go down. In the meantime, the Dragon Knight ends up taking a tumble to Sumail because this Lina has just way too much burst damage. 2 minutes, no buyback. Lina still going forward. The Hawk finding the primal roll onto the Lina. Now they jump on top of her. They burst her down. She dies, but she does have buyback. She returns into the fray. TA2000 barely manages to TP out. The LSA actually connected and stunned him in the base, but he still survived all the way home.
Absolutely insane that the LSA connects after the buyback, but she's stunned only in the base. They don't have a buyback on Dragon Knight. This game is just so close right now. If Lina dies, she doesn't have a buyback. Keep that in mind.
Yep. TA2000 doesn't have BKB, so needs to be very careful about how to approach this fight. Still 1 minute until the cooldown is back online. Noob chasing down Panto. Panto does have buyback, so it's not that big of a deal if he ends up dead here. Indeed, that's going to be the case.
Mid lane,
Needs to buy back. Mid lane, though, they caught TA2000, who almost died, but they couldn't get the final kill. So he's back in base, regenning up, still has Satanic, but in the meantime, Nigma Galaxy secure themselves the full mega creeps. The Hawk caught outside of the base, he will end up dead, and that's a dieback on the Beastmaster, Liz. I think this game is over.
This game looks very, very over. Sumail 72-6 on the Lina. They have to fight. Like at this point, their throne is gonna fall. PA is in. Went on to
TA2000
GH.
goes in. Nullifier revealed, but they still don't have the BKB. She ends up dead. The game is over. GG. Well played is called. Chimera Esports lose game 2. Nigma make the comeback. And Lizard, we definitely have a ball game on our hands.
Now this is way close.
All the things that we mentioned about like the magic resist, the purges against all of these spells, they are playing right now. Miracle on the DK in the carry role. Getting the disarm onto a DK is amazing. One of the best things you can possibly do in the game. Disable that splash damage, and in the event he wants to use his magic damage of the Breathe Fire, you can block that off with the Edict as well. So Oracle has to. If anything we know about Dota holds true, my friend, it has to win this game.
Yep. False Promise as well, really good this game, just to make sure that one of these heroes can use their ulti. Like, if you're playing Pango or a Brewmaster, you want to make sure that you can get to that point in which you pop your ulti after you get initiated on. And Oracle always enables you to do that if he's positioned right, so it's one of those benefits that you get from playing with an Oracle player.
You're doing very well. I'm very
Game 1
proud of you.
went the way of the side of
30
Chimera
seconds
Esports.
to
It started off with a massive wraparound rotation from Nigma. We saw less of those rotations in game 2, which went the way of Nigma. So they are going to prioritize playing safe. They're like, you know what, guys, if we don't do too much, let's not cook too hard in the kitchen. Sometimes not too many spices are required. Let's just get our 2 bounties, get back into our lanes, and hopefully we should be fine. And I think they should be fine, right? I don't feel like any of these lanes are super disadvantageous for Nigma.
The battle begins.
It'll be a small fight here. Nice little kick. Larenov gonna go forward with the shield crash. They're getting damage out onto Omar. It looks like this Rubik is gonna end up being first blood. And they give it obviously towards the Pangolier to start things off well. And for the first time this series, Liz, they get 2-2 on the Bounty Rune trade.
2-2 on the Bounty Rune and a First Blood. This is the best they had so far.
Well, mid lane. Okay, let's be honest, Liz. Let's be honest, right? This mid lane is going to be really boring. Like, I don't expect Pangolier or Earth Spirit to really be able to put too many screws on one another. This is going to be the farm festiest of all farm fests. I don't expect much here.
I'm expecting another Snare Curse. Miracle bot lane getting really low for a Dragon Knight. They've dished out so much damage into him.
We'll see if the mid lane gets cursed like that as Miracle, like you said. Falling very low, but level 2 should be soon available after this wave is concluded. Should keep him in a bit of a better stead, but also means that they can't really put pressure onto 1J and Dahak. I think Dahak is gonna have an okay time here. I mean, what do they harass him with? Every now and then you have to worry about a Breathe Fire, whatever, dude. I get to level 3, I get my Thunderclap, I can still get my creeps.
Yeah, there's nothing to harass him with until you get like level 3 on Phoenix. And level 2 Fire Spirits are at least on lower cooldown and deal more damage and are annoying to last it through. But up to that point, nothing really crazy can happen.
They're just chilling. Top lane, TA 2000, the carry Magnus. Like you mentioned, he's going to have the ability to be more active in the game, but still want to have a decent start here. Unfortunately, not really much you can do as a Magnus Oracle to stop the Primal Beast from getting what he wants out of the lane. So just trade farm. So 2 lanes are just trading farm here on the map.
Yeah, mid lane. 11 top lane. Trade bot lane isn't really very different as well, so I would say even 3 lanes.
So just take it easy, y'all. We're chilling, just a bit of a farm fest. Only 1 kill at 2 minutes. A bit atypical for what we've seen from these qualifiers, but it's fine so far. Build-wise, what are we imagining from this Magnus? Are we gonna go straight trades into the Echo Saber?
Yeah, I'm actually not sure what he's gonna go for as a position 1. Like right now, it's very popular to go for Yashakaya on Mag, but I'm not sure if that's something that he's gonna go for. I think, like you said, Treads Echo, if you're playing a position 1 Mag, makes the most sense. Like that old build when he was popular as a 1.
Down bottom, yet again, like you said, it turns out it is all 3 lanes. Everybody just Kung Fu farming.
Yeah, they're just keeping it slow.
What do you think? Who should be the first team to actually make a big move on the map, given how things are right now?
It's just that, like, the way I see it is you have Oracle Muerta on one side, super passive heroes. On the other side, the supports are Rubik and Phoenix. It's like all of these supports aren't really doing a lot. And if you rotate mid, these guys are so tanky. Maybe you can kill him, maybe you can kill them, but only if they're sufficiently low already. And when it comes to making any moves, when you look at these heroes again, these cores, they're all centered around big ultis. So you're kind of waiting on that, and I'm not even sure who's gonna make the first move. One of these mid laners might rotate with level 6 rune, we'll see.
Actually, it looks like the rotation. Okay, no, he's just going for the bounty. All right. So we're just going to hunt down the bounty. TA 2000, chilling. They're just farming away. This is okay. I know we had a lot of really action-packed matchups, but and I know I made a joke about feeling like this was China in the last game towards the end, but this is really feeling like China. This very considered, slow, lumbering laning phase where nobody wants to get overly aggressive.
Yeah, I would say. Yeah, I would say it's mostly about the supports, like these good memories. Sure, I don't know. I usually did not like having 0 kills at minute 10, but Like right now, it's on one side you have a very passive Phoenix with the Dragonite lane, on the other you have a Oracle Magnus. It's like it's very difficult to get a kill. Even with this, like you see they're hitting Primal, but then Omar hits them with Fate Bolt and they are dealing not that big amount of damage anymore.
He's also sitting with the uproar charge. Has infused
Maybe
raindrops.
top
They're actually gonna go back onto him. Trample going out onto Panto. Panto falling low, but what a skewer from TA2000. Able to secure him a kill onto Noob. They will still find the kill, and now Sumail making his first rotation. Magnetized, drop down. But TA2000 gets the double kill before tumbling into the dirt. Certainly not gonna feel great, but overall it does not feel like a big loss for Chimera Esports after all that happened.
Yeah, it's not great because he died first, so he didn't get that solo experience in the end. He's still level 4, but still double kill. A lot of gold for the position 1 mag. Now has a Raid Band and Power Threads. Top rune, Lorenov gets it.
Yeah, nice. This is a shield rune, so I would not be surprised to see them smoke up and try to make something happen. You can dive, like Pango with the shield rune can go really deep with access to the level 3 shield crash as well.
Yeah, I'm not worried about him having enough sustainability. I'm worried about him having enough damage with his team. Panto?
Panto. Sorry, brother. Gonna end up dead here. Nothing you can do. No deny possible. Just gotta give up the gold towards Noob.
GH is stopped, by the way.
Now they might decide to put pressure onto GH, but TA2000, because he knows that the kill just happened, he doesn't want to take the risk of committing an aggressive skewer. Even if he gets the kill, he doesn't know if he's going to be able to survive and retreat afterwards.
Yeah, because they just killed, right? Like they just killed the Oracle nearby. You don't really know where they're moving, how close they are. Minute 7 runes are there. Wisdom runes, 1 a pop.
Only been one game this entire tournament where the team that gets the first 2 bounties ends up losing. Will not be this game though, and both Magnus and Omar just end up denying away their sentries, but it's fine, it's chill. They're coming top actually, they skewer back Noob. They're bringing in this Pangolier for the first Rolling Thunder of the game. They want to find this Primal Beast. They should be able to catch him. He does have a TP, but no, they didn't go all the way up. They misread the direction. It is nighttime though, so it's hard to scout out exactly where he's going. So we just have a wasted rotation from the mid Pangolier.
Yeah, it was definitely difficult to find him. So many different ways that he can run away through. Sumail and GH. I mean, GH is kind of low, but he has a Fairy Fire, Magic Wand, and Healing Lotus. So he should heal here if they go on him. This is the second game that they're contesting the stacks, by the way. Brew has
actually
no
gonna
6.
go onto Dahak. They roll onto him, onto his face. They go onto Omar though, find the silence, so there's not gonna be a telekinesis coming in from the Rubik just yet. They should kill him before the silence elapses, and they succeed in that endeavor. Very well done by Chimera Esports. At the same time, mid lane, we do have the Magnetize being thrown in onto Panto. They're chasing around this Oracle. Can they get this kill? Lorenov shows up to dissuade Sumail from finishing this endeavor. So he's gonna be fine on Panto. The Oracle will live.
Yeah, he used almost all the rocks that he had to try and finish off the Oracle. Oracle also, of course, saving the Huck with the Purge. Magnetize just gets ruined, right? Like most of his spells get ruined. Noob. RP is
nice
used,
RP.
first one of the game.
TA2000, RP, Primal Beast, uses the Pulverize. Noob trying to get himself away, but unfortunately, not going to be able to do so. TA2000 kills him with the Shockwave, but for me, the real MVP of that fight is Panto. Not just healing up and keeping this hero alive, but preventing the escape from this Primal Beast.
Yeah, this Oracle is definitely doing a lot already and justifying the pick. Meanwhile, they do get another pickoff in the Radiant jungle.
So look at the way this game is panning out right now. GH closing in on getting level 6. Pangolier about to get level 10, but crucially, closing in on having the Fuel Diffusal Blade. And you know, these are heroes that actually do need quite a bit of mana. Like, Primal Beast is a very low mana pool, so if you get swashbuckled once, you feel really bad with Defusal. And speaking of Primal Beast, he's potentially going to get caught out right now. Deadshot throws him back. He gets held in position by the Fortune's End. They skewer him onto the high ground. Trample all you want, brother. All you're doing is trampling your way directly into the fountain. As
No, they are connecting from behind.
He's dead. They're coming from behind, but they're a little bit too late. If they had arrived like slightly sooner, perhaps, but at that point in time, they just have to retreat.
Yeah, the two supports were still level 5. They're at least going to get the egg on GH now. He's got level 6 in a creep. Yep.
That should help.
And maybe you could use the next
Structures are
form to
fortified.
rotate mid. Dragonite does have the form, does have a TP.
Sumail, held in place by the Fortune's End, but
Radiant's top tower
part of the problem with their draft is that if they don't have the DK nearby, them actually pushing towers is quite difficult. Look how much effort they're expending on this. 3 heroes here with the Sea Dragon, and it's only suffered a third of its health right now.
Radiant structures.
Even
Uh,
the
they
fortification.
Yeah. I feel like if you just get this down to half HP as Chimera, you don't lose the tower, you get rid of the Siege Dragon. This feels like a pretty big win with all the time that was wasted.
Now let's see, Sumail is going in. He's trying to
Once
get
1J.
1J.
Deadshot has already been expended. There's a calling for the silence, and there's the RP on the 2. TA2000 showing up to help his team. And with the calling, oh my goodness, what a time to be alive. The calling literally triggered out just as the Rubik died, expanded the range, catches the Earth Spirit, does not allow him to escape.
Yeah, that was perfect. I just love the way that TA2000 was hiding behind the trees and just waiting for the right moment to skewer into both of them. Gets Rubik and leads him into Earth Spirit, so both of them are RP'd. Very nicely done. Good counterplay, but also a little bit forced by Nigma, I have to say. Like, you're going into the enemy jungle and you're playing into Oracle. Bot lane Dahak manages to live. You're going into Oracle anyway. If you're not blowing a target up, you're probably not killing that target.
Dire are scanning.
That is one of the issues with their draft, right? That they have a lot of sustained damage over the course of the fight, but their burst, if you don't die between like the trample combination and the initial jump of the DK, you are going to live in that fight.
Exactly, and that's something that Oracle helps quite a lot with. Not dying to the burst, right? Like, the Oracle is the ultimate hero to save you from that. And right now, and so far at least, Panto has been on point with his positioning and movements.
Smoke up. Nigma Galaxy moving on the map with 3 heroes. It's the Earth Spirit, the Phoenix, and the Rubik. They want to find something here. Ideally, they can catch out the Hawk on this Brewmaster. Miracle does not have access to a Blink Dagger. But they roll in, they catch him. The Hawk should die here. Dragon Tail stun is out. The Hawk. Oh,
split.
no, he gets the split! Sumail doesn't have geomagnetic grip, so they did not have the necessary silence, and now the turnaround is going to be there from Chimera Esports. They go back onto Miracle. The Rolling Thunder connects multiple times onto him, and he ends up dead. Panto doesn't even die because of the false promise being committed onto this hero. Noob try to stretch the fight towards the north and break things up somewhat. The Hawk back in his normal form, only the one. TA2000 almost triggered off the RP. Doesn't manage to do so just yet, but he might still have it available to go onto Noob, who's trying to onslaught himself to safety, looking towards the Twin Gate. He's going to try and change his trajectory a little bit, and it will be the right idea. Chimera Esports give up on the chase, but nonetheless find the core kill onto the Miracle DK.
Yeah, can they get more? They still have these 4 heroes down bot lane, but they're tipping away now. Never mind. Go back to farming. Brew very close to Radiance. No need to fight when his ulti is on cooldown. And it's always like that with Brewmaster. That's why I love like Brew plus Oracle so much. If you don't kill him, he manages to split. Like, your fight is probably ruined. Your team fight is just lost. You just have to commit so much into killing him.
Dire are scanning. Radiant are scanning.
Chimera definitely took advantage of that. It's unfortunate that TA2000 had to show up and he didn't find a kill himself, but he still manages to finish off the Echo Saber on the Ancient stacks. So this Magnus, he's getting there. Mask of Madness, Power Trades, Wraithband, Echo. I feel like You know, he would ideally like to fight before the blink, but unfortunately nobody else on the team wants to buy blink, so going to be forced to just keep farming.
Top lane.
Radiant's middle tower is
They
under
really
attack.
want to use these big ultis on Nigma. They want to go in, but it's like you need to go in, but you also need to find the Panto Oracle first. If you manage to kill the Oracle first, I feel like the team fight isn't that difficult. There's so much AoE that you've got, like the Phoenix Egg, of course the Magnetize, as well as Onslaught into Pulverize, but for any of these spells to work, any single one of them, you need to kill the Oracle.
Panto going to be building himself into a Glimmer Cape. How's Noob doing? Just wants BKB at this point in time. This game close enough in terms of the overall balance, but I feel just looking at how things are going and the difficulties Nigma will have in the mid game, it feels very heavily Chimera favored until, like you said, they can find a solution for this Oracle.
What is the solution, by the way? The Blink is not going to get purchased by DK. Your solution is either Noob or Earth Spirit.
Well,
and the Earth Spirit is dead.
unfortunately is not going to be providing that solution right now as he gets caught and killed by Loranov. I feel like the solution is BKB Aghanims on the Earth Spirit. Then you've got a solution.
I mean, it is maybe an option, but the game is looking pretty damn rough at the moment. TA2000 farming away, almost has his Blink Dagger. Meanwhile, every single thing that you're doing on the side of Nigma is kind of passive and
Radiant's
defensive.
middle tower is under attack.
Maybe they can go on Panda here, but he's got Radiance already. He's got Split, like, it really can't hurt him.
On the bright side, though, on the bright side, this Phoenix is building into the Shiva's God, which is going to help quite a lot against this Oracle overall. There is no vessel from the Earth Spirit, but there is still a potential to get back into that item. And of course, you still have access to the Sun Ray. The thing that I think is really missing is a big fight, and now the big fight is coming in their direction. They get 1J, but TA2000 finds the RP, catches
No
3
damage,
heroes, but sadly they do not have the follow-up damage. They need to get out of here. Loranov goes in for the Rolling Thunder, wants to catch Sumail. The Magnetize is in for the Earth Spirit. But it's not going to be enough to keep him alive. He ends up dead, and with the Brewmaster being split off, he's chasing off the Miracle Cyclone into the air. They potentially want this DK. TA2000 has Shockwave, has Skewer if needed. Doesn't end up using it just yet, though, because it gets interrupted by Noob on his Primal Piece. Unfortunately, there's going to be the stun onto this DK, and he will end up dead. Nice little stolen brew form by the Rubik, but Omar cannot turn the tides of this fight. It's Chimera Esports all the way, baby.
Yeah, you could see that they are kind of lacking the damage when Brewmaster isn't around. They didn't have enough damage to basically almost kill off anyone. But in the end, they still end this fight very comfortably on top, killing both the Dragonite and the Earth Spirit. Like, there is just no answer at the moment from Nigma. They need this Dragonite eventually to become just super massive. GH, this is a combo, right? Oh, never mind.
Oh, nice dive. That's cool.
Yeah. They were trying to do the Blink Dagger with Purge combo from Oracle on top lane. Didn't
Radiant's
execute
middle
properly.
tower is under attack.
Dire side scans both Omar and Sumail as we're heading in to potentially bring down
Radiant's
the Hawk.
tower is under
That will
attack.
enable him to retreat onto a safe side of the map. And this is a problem because this Brewmaster is trying to build a pipe of insight. And because of the fact that Miracle has been so slowed down in his farm department, they actually do not have physical damage. So if you have pipe, you're mitigating most of what Nigma is doing at this stage of the game.
Yeah, absolutely. Bot lane Noob.
Yeah, he's dead. Not only did they kill him, Liz, they also killed his courier. And his courier was carrying his BKB. So
And
no
Omar.
BKB for the Primal. They find Omar on the backside. In fact,
Sumail.
they find Sumail as well. Loranov trying to run down this Earth Spirit and just kills him. Heads up without even needing help. GH now, without having access to the Sun Ray. His Icarus Dive is back online,
This
but he's
thing is
going to be
dead.
forced to Supernova, but it does not matter. They scramble the egg, they get the kill, and Chimera Esports dominating in game number 3.
Yeah, they're pinging out Miracle. The Hug does not have a Primal Split yet, and he has no boots, so he can't
Dire's
really
top
catch him.
tower is
Even
under
with the
attack.
Drunken Master facet, can't catch him. But this is a disaster so far from Nigma. Their draft is all about teamfights, but they didn't manage to get a single good teamfight going. Mostly because, I know it's not obvious right now, you're not seeing it, it's not playing out, but Oracle is preventing them from doing 90% of the things that they would usually do.
Very well.
It's just that they feel and they know what's gonna happen if they try to force it. They need to find a way somehow to mess with this Oracle, but at this point, 11k behind 20 minutes in, they're getting stomped.
Now they're about to kill Noob. He's walking underneath an observer ward. They catch him. Oracle fortunes in, follows up after the skewer, and it's a very easy kill. 1J will claim it for himself. And that might open up the path for them to just go into the Roshan pit. They still might want to fight though. The Phoenix showed himself underneath the observer ward, but as soon as he retreats, they're like, well boys, time to get the Aegis. Let us make a CA 2000 Magnus immortal.
Straight into the pit, 20 minutes in. Like we said before, 11k advantage. Lorenov is absolutely massive. So is the Magnus, but this Blink Dagger, Aghanin's Diffusal Pango, 14k net worth on top of the net worth shards is doing way too much. You need to, like, what are you waiting for if you're Nigma? You're waiting for this Dragonite to become a big issue. With this Courier, he will have the BKB at least. Maybe you can fight around that, but I'm afraid you need a BKB on Primal as well.
Speaking of Primal Beast, while he is back at the base, Sumail barely got away from these dire heroes. And the Primal does have BKB, so has that available. His Courier was killed beforehand, but this time around it is online. That does mean that this Rolling Thunder, if he's positioned properly, he should be able to deal with it in the fights.
Yeah, so we have a BKB on DK, BKB on Primal, not so far away on the Earth Spirit.
Is Primal about to die, bottom? The Hawk? Just solo chasing down Primal Beast? Okay. Primal will be able to get away, and now they're actually turning their attention back onto the Hawk. Sumail rolls in, kicks him towards the tower with the Geo Grip. He does have pipe, he does have lots of one charges, he's nowhere near dead. He is still alive right now. They kill off the Primal Beast. Rolling Thunder from Lorenov also eliminates Omar. Immediately afterwards, Sumail falls too, as he can do nothing. Being held in position by the silence, all the damage from Lorenov. And despite them coming for the Hawk, Liz, he didn't even use the spell. He's chilling, man. Fully alive.
Honestly, it looked so difficult and so forced from the get-go. Like, you're going on this brew with Radiance. I mean, they must feel so stressed in this game and so forced to make plays like that, because I know he had low HP and it looked like he might die, but it truly wasn't the case.
To be fair, I can understand why Nigma Galaxy are so stressed. Whenever, and I do literally mean whenever there has been a big challenger in the region, they have failed to emerge into a big slot on the grand international stage. It looks like history might be repeating themselves right here. But it's not over just yet. There's still a lot of game to go. There's still another game after this, minimum. As CA 2000 chasing Miracle, the Shockwave will miss, but they know he's in the area. The Hawks burn, scouts him out, but they're not going to be able to claim his life.
Not able to claim his life, able to claim his tier 2. They still have the full Aegis for 2.5 minutes. Lincoln Sphere, now purchased by Lorenov, is flying out on the Courier. And suddenly your solution, semi-solution with the BKB Primal Beast does not work anymore. You need to pop the... You at least need to pop the Lincolns first.
Oh boy. This is what they call a tough game. As GH probably dead down bottom. Sorry to be you, buddy. He's fine, he's fine. He has a Chris dive. They don't want to chase him. They don't know who's behind him. The observer that they had on the high ground has been destroyed by GH himself. So they have no idea what's the optimal angle of engagement there.
Yeah, there's a small crit now on Dragonite. I believe there's a... Yeah, of course, there's a BKB 9-second one on Sumail. I wouldn't mind seeing some sort of a move, actually, from Nigma. The first one, maybe, of the game. Because so far, they've just been farming and they've just been hunted down by Chimera. Maybe it's time to finally smoke up. Never mind.
Unfortunately, top lane 1J and TA2000 were able to find and isolate Sumail from the rest of his team.
Has fallen.
Quite a lot of damage being dealt out there, and they might go for more elsewhere. But I think they're just happy for now. TA2000 is just like, well, I have my Manta, have my Echo Saber, Blink, can just move into a Lincoln Sphere of my own, and now I can't get insta-caught anymore by either the Primal, nor even by the DK.
Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's bottom tower
Miracle.
is under attack.
Look at Miracle.
He's in a bit of trouble right now. Does have a BKB if need be. TA2000 jumps in. They have no access to the RP, unfortunately. It was expended to kill off Sumail in the top lane. So that'll allow him to escape, but he had to pop BKB TP out for that one. Now it's down to 7 seconds.
Yeah, they're just slowly but surely draining those big resources that they have on Radiant. And Chimera, they're not really committing a lot in doing so. They're not committing anything.
$18K gold lead, 25 minutes in. Nigma Galaxy have only found 5 kills in this entire game. Miracle having found none on the carry DK. What do you do now if you're Nigma Galaxy? I know we have to wait out this Aegis. It's just expired, but as soon as the Aegis is down, I don't think we really have the best opportunities to fight either. So what's the plan? What do we have to do on the map?
TA2000. Another attempt by him. Jumps in, but jumps on the ward so he doesn't catch anyone. What does Nigma have to do? I feel like maybe buy some extra time for this Dragonite to get Daedalus. Once he gets Daedalus, I think even Primal Beasts, sorry, not Primal Beasts, the Brewlings, the Primal Split Brewlings, they get, well, I guess you can't call him Primal Beasts. They can die to the splash alone. Like, Dragonite can clean them up with the damage. Maybe just buy as much time as possible for Miracle, because right now we won't be able to do a lot. Sumail might be dead again.
Is gonna be dead. The pump fake on the RP. I think TA2000 realized he's doing more than enough damage. This is before he even buys like a big damage item. There's no Daedalus, there's no crit, nothing like this. And he's still just running through the HP pools of these heroes. And now Noob also in danger. Does have a BKB though, as mentioned, so this should keep him alive. Allow him to retreat within the base. Lauren off and triggered out the Rolling Thunder, going on the high ground. They're diving for this. Noob, his BKB is finished, so he dies. However, the Supernova will be able to catch on the 3. Nonetheless, there is no follow-up damage.
Magnus,
very unfortunate.
TA2000?
Magnus, oh, TA2000, but caught by Miracle and Omar. Okay, that is an assassination attempt. Beautifully executed by Nigma Galaxy to get the big carry off the map, prevent Chimera from trying to even think about encroaching on our high ground.
Yeah, Miracle just needs to be very careful how he escapes here. Needs to use his BKB and probably TP out soon. Okay, gets a kill first.
Okay. Oh, the bash! Lorinov has bash, catches him with the swashbuckle. He got greedy for that kill. 1J very happy to give up his life for this one because Lorinov ensures that Miracle pays the ultimate price for bringing down that support.
You know what's crazy? If he didn't stay to kill Muerta, he probably would have just lived. Yeah, he'd TP out. But I think it's kind of okay because by staying, he got enough gold to finish off Daedalus. So he killed off Muerta, he killed off Magnus, he just went from having only a crit and, I don't know, like maybe 500 gold to having a full Daedalus completed. A lot of damage, honestly, suddenly appeared for Nigma. Maybe these next team fights are even playable.
I mean, playable is,
Dire are scanning.
I think that's a bit of a stretch given the 20k gold lead that they have to deal with as an RP now flies in onto GH. 1J secures the kill with the dead shot, preventing any possibility of an Icarus dive.
You know when Gaben gives you 1%, that's what I'm saying. At least they have a couple of percents now that they can play around. Up to this point, with small crit, with Crystallis alone, these teamfights, even if everything goes right, I feel like they just don't have the oomph to take down anyone on Chimera. Now they do.
Did have a bit of a smoke coming in from the side of Chimera. TA2000 moving with 1J. The Hawk is not far behind them. At the same time, though, they end up losing Omar, and potentially they might get a kill onto Panto. Panto, no, false promise, keeps himself alive as 1J now activates the Pierce the Veil, throwing in the right-click damage, forcing Sumail to retreat from this team fight. Free kill onto the Rubik. Nobody else will die here.
1J, Sumail.
1J, can he find the dead shot? He does not. Unfortunately,
Mid lane Miracle, yeah.
Mid lane, instead, it's going to be Miracle is in danger. Tossed into the air by the Cyclone of this Brewmaster. The egg will pop, stunning up the Hawk. So I don't think this Brewmaster can chase onto the high ground. By some miracle, they only lose Omar. They almost came close to losing 3 of their cores in that situation. And now, speaking of those cores, Noob will end up actually dead elsewhere on the map. The trample does not keep him alive against Laranov.
Yeah, I think the biggest difference maker, if you click on show fight recap, if you see the fight recap, you'll see one empty column, and that's the Magnus column. He wasn't really involved. He wasn't really even in the fight. So this, all of this that happened, it was 4v5. And they still didn't manage to win the fight. So it's definitely not the greatest sign.
Well, the streets have been wanting to see a Dahak visage on a LAN environment yet again. It's been a while, but here he is, putting in the performance that's putting them in touching distance of heading to DreamLeague 25. But it's not over just yet. It's only game 3. Nigma still have many opportunities to adapt to this one. However, in this game, like, they have the data list, yes. They're going to get the MKB, sure, but this DK still feels like he can die so quickly. Like, 1 RP, if you get RP'd on any of these cores, all of them just die. I don't see any way for them to survive.
Yeah, they don't really have a save, right? At the moment, there's some cool Sunray play that's happening from GH. But this will be a play into an Aegis now as well. And look at them TPing mid already. He doesn't even want to let the tier 1 go.
Yep. They're already heading for Omar. 1J finds the dead shot. They get the grab onto this Rubik. Rubik trying to get himself away, but already dead. In the meantime, Noob comes in. BKB at the ready. Pulverize onto this Muerta. They do quite a bit of damage. Laranov will lose out on his Aegis.
Oh, that's a good
and
egg.
Dahak does not have access to his Broodlings. He had to bring them back. And with the egg on the low ground in the river, it will burst, catching on to 3. But here comes TA2000. RP directly onto the Dragon Knight. He is going to end up falling here with the damage output of TA2000 as well as 1J. We have lost 2 cores, we've already lost the Rubik, and despite an excellently placed Phoenix Egg, despite being able to bring down the Muerta early in the fight, despite a perfect BKB from this Noob, Primal Beast is just not enough here, Liz. They're too far ahead on Chimera.
Yeah, absolutely. All of that happened at the beginning kind of happened without the Magnus, right? He was a little bit late to join in the party, but the moment he joins, everyone is already low without spells. They're dying quickly. They do have buybacks, but even if you use the buybacks here, what's the actual impact? You have no spells, no form, no egg, no magnetize. It's really difficult to defend.
Also, because of how these fights have been going, looking at Sumail's item build, he was angling towards getting the MKB next, but he realizes he wants to have AC just for that additional armor. But because he's going for the AC, that means that this Magnus with the butterfly is going to be very effective for quite some time before there's any way to counteract this.
That's a scary looking Magnus from position 1. This is all that you want to see from him. The Manta is so nice on these universal heroes, especially on Mag. And the Harpoon on him, and on the other side, when you look at Pango, he's got Disperser as well as Basher Lincoln's travels too. And those travels will help him kill the Phoenix.
GH just gone. Dahak. The kill that he got on this Phoenix, or the assist rather, gave him enough gold to finish off the full Shiva's God. So now we have Shivas into Dragon Knight and the Phoenix. That Sunray play that you were mentioning earlier, all of a sudden going to be very ineffective in the upcoming fight. And here they are on the high ground. Tier 3 tower falling. They forced out the glyph already. Buyback will be there on the Phoenix now, but how on earth do they defend this, Liz?
Let's see, there's still no Aegis. If they could find some wraparound to get on top of... But look at Oracle, he even has full A on this. just not assembled. So if he gets gone on, he can just assemble the Aeon Disc and false promise someone.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
It's hard to even start this fight in any way, even with this smoke that they just used.
Aeon Disc Blink available for Panto.
TA2000?
The Hawk has Shiva's Radiance. TA2000 will find himself in a position where initially it seemed like maybe I'm outnumbered, but I'm actually stronger than all of you.
Sumail.
And now he's going to demonstrate that strength by going directly onto Sumail, this Earth Spirit. Going to try and roll himself away with the BKB active. The dead shot doesn't connect, so he gets to live. But now he's so far away from the rest of the base, so they get the free chance to go potentially onto Miracle. Nice pulverize onto Laranov, but the RP from TA2000 on the two heroes. It's three heroes, in fact. Omar, Miracle, as well as Noob, all caught in place, held in position, easy to kill off. And Chimera Esports has secured game 3 because Nigma throw in the towel, they call GG, and all of a sudden, it's Chimera Esports, the Hawk and the boys, one game away from qualifying for DreamLeague Season 25 here in the MESWA region.
Ah, they went from...
So here we go. Potentially the final game of the MESWA qualifiers here for DreamLeague 25. Chimera Esports just need this one victory to catapult them into this land. On the other side though, Nigma Galaxy, they want to take this to a deciding and definitive game number 5. So if you were in this game, Liz, and it was legitimately tournament qualification on the line, which draft would you rather be playing?
I'm not sure. I think maybe maybe the Radiant one. I think. I don't think there is like a clear advantage. At the moment, at least, I don't see it. Like a clear big advantage on one side or the other. But I do think that if the pressure is on, it's maybe a little bit easier to play this annoying sniper, you know, and Slardar up front, Void Spirit up front. Top lane, the Hawk though, forced the sprint first.
Sprint's level 1, so actually he might still die. The sprint's about to finish, and like, yeah, he's dead. He's actually dead. Miracle threw the tar bomb, it actually caught him. The Hawk is gonna be gone. This time, there's no way, Liz, that you're gonna tell me I'm speaking too soon on this one. They should certainly find this kill. It'll take them a while though. Gonna be a long, elongated chase. Tar bomb's gonna come out again. With the Spirit in front, it's gonna be 3 for 1 in favor of the side of Chimera Esports. So no, he has to die, dude. He has to. No way, he's not allowed to live. Listen, no.
He can stick and TP actually to the lane. He can't stop him on J. Can literally stick TP, or he can just suicide to a towers.
Dude, he's GH once. GH is still chasing him. First blood ends up happening onto TA2000. Oh my goodness. How is that happening? They find TA2000. This chase is still ongoing. The Hawk and GH playing ring around the rosies.
Why didn't he TP by this time? Like, what? I don't understand what he's waiting for. Like, there is... Look at GH. Like, he has no damage. GH could have... Like, for the last 15 seconds of this chase, GH cannot kill him. Like, but... Still wanted to keep distance first. Very cool. Interesting. I'm not really sure why, but lane equilibrium is not that bad for them. And they managed to pull. So, maybe that was the reason. To prevent GH from blocking the hard camp. I'm not sure. Maybe I'm five-heading it a bit too much, but in any case, he didn't lose way too much considering how much he was running.
Yeah. I thought he was dead for sure in that situation, but yet again, I speak too soon. The Jinx continues. You know, I've been watching too much Arcane. Snare the Jinx. What can you do?
The Slardar is actually having a decent time top. Like, all things said and done, I felt that his lane could get absolutely ruined, but nope, no such thing.
He's chilling. Mid lane. Despite the fact that Laranov has taken away Sumail's sniper, Sumail, as we've come to expect, is still doing very, very well in the laning phase. In fact, it's Laranov who's having to worry about his HP pools at the moment. Sumail easily able to claim these water runes. Gonna get the bottom one, replenish himself. He's okay. Life is good.
Yeah, the other one he needed to deny, but he has to be careful. Look at the amount of damage that Omar is taking down bottom as well.
He's got a salve. He's fine. Salve up. Eat some tangos. Panto does not find the direction that he went into, so it's gonna be a-okay.
Yeah, this last game just went full chaos. The way these lanes are going. If you remember the last game with Oracle, we had no kills for the longest time. This game, like, everyone is low. Everyone is on like 5% HP. Everyone is about to die. The resources are almost gone. Top lane, GH.
He's in a bit of trouble here, trying to snag himself the Lotus. Unfortunately, can't really happen. Dead shot between the two heroes. Miracle and GH, very, very low, like you mentioned, but nobody falling just yet.
Yeah, mid lane, at least Sumail is doing incredibly well at the moment. Well, not incredibly, to be expected from him. And the Magnus, even though you're playing into a sniper, you just have way too much base damage.
Top lane, Miracle's actually really low on the clinks. They might be able to kill him. They're moving in. Dahak finds the Slithering Crush. One more right click is all they need. And all of a sudden, he is dead. But that being said, GH cleans up the wave, taking out the life of the Slaughter. So, additional experience for the Solar Titan, despite the fact that he lost his carry. And then bottom, Omar has the shackles out onto TA2000, but that's going to only lead into his own doom as this Void Spirit able to clean up the Shadow Shaman, getting even more of an advantage bottom for Chimera Esports.
Yeah, they have to be really careful with TA2000. This is one of his signatures. If you give him a good time on the Void Spirit, he starts rotating so damn fast, starts making impact and farming. Usually it's like some echo agonyms, right, from him. We'll see what he goes for this time around.
Feels like actually an amazing game for that Aghanim's, as Lorinov will find himself in some trouble from Sumail. Lorinov right now does not have any more regen, only has these raindrops, so they're not going to protect him. Sumail going to dive him underneath the tower with the shockwave and a right click, securing the kill. Bro, how is Sumail still this good these many years on? The king will just never fall.
Yeah, very nicely done by him. Top lane, nice death shot. He does die in the end, right, as return, but these trades are okay for Slardar as long as the lane is being pushed in. Sumail might go for his Sumail might go for his stacks, by the way. Lorinov has been working hard to make this hard camp stack, but Sumail is just going there. He has RP.
Yep, he will commit it. They're bringing in some support, but the skewer down towards GH. The TP took too long from 1J. The dead shot will send away GH, but it's still probably going to lead to the death of Lorinov. As Sumail stands on the outskirts of the calling, is able to get off the shockwave. He still dies in the onset of this barrage of damage from the tier 1 tower, but ultimately ends up being worth it. He gets the experience. They prevent Lorinov from taking his stacks. So Sumail still feeling decent about that one.
Yeah, all things considered, Sniper, he's suffering. He's 400-500 gold away from Mag, though. It's not like one of those games in which one mid laner is absolutely crushed and he can't even play. So there's definitely some comeback potential for the Sniper. Bot lane noob. He's being very aggressive. He might die with Bristle. Bristle is probably dead down bottom.
Dead for sure. They're trying to get him away. Aether Remnant drags him back in. They kill him, and now all of a sudden Omar and GH need to watch where they're at as well. We do have Resonant Pulse back online for TA2000. He expends it, and they also drop down this Nether Ward. They need to run. Echo Stomp will buy them the time they need to do so.
Top lane, Miracle. They tried going on him, but nice usage of that pack. Gets closer to the tower.
Bro, I still can't believe Slaughter wasn't first blood at the beginning of this game. That was my bad. I cast those custom. That was my bad.
It would be really bad if he took sprint and he also died, though. I have to say.
Yeah. Oh, 6-5 at the 7-minute mark. 11 kills. Love to see it. More than a kill a minute. Perfect, perfect, perfect. As Sumail now thinking about heading towards the top lane. Unfortunately for him, this was scouted out, so Dahak already moving into a safe position.
Radiant
Not gonna get caught out by this one. And indeed, unless he had a blink dagger, which he does not, I feel like the Slaughter shouldn't really die here. But knowing my luck, he's dead 100% for sure.
Yeah, 1J is in the good position, so maybe he will die.
Yeah, that's fine. That's whatever.
When I said a good position, I meant a good position to defend the Slardar, not to survive on his own. But bot lane, is this an RP on TA?
He's thinking about it, but the Aether Remnant prevents it from happening. He wanted to find some vengeance for the Bristleback that died. Bro, if I'm Chimera, not only do I get a kill bottom onto this Bristleback, we lose 1J top sure, but then Sumail rotates bottom, finds nothing. The entire time my sniper's just been farming camps, hitting middle. I feel amazing about this set of circumstances. Well, losing Panto's gonna suck, but in the grand scheme of things, I'm still overall happier as a side of Chimera.
Yeah, they're so eager to invade this jungle and block the sniper from farming it. Now he needs to probably go into the triangle instead. But is T2000 gonna buy Orchid with this cornucopia? Or is it something else?
Maybe it's
I
Battle
wonder.
Fury?
Let's see.
Radiant's middle tower
I've seen him go for Orchid once or twice, so
I forget who was it that started playing this Void Spirit safe lane first and foremost, but there was a little bit of time, maybe like a week or so, where people were experimenting with going Battle Fury Echo. I don't think it was great, but that time period was available. And now, Sumail wanted to get the jump out onto this Void Spirit. There is an Astral Step available, but will not be there in time. The Hex from Omar surrounds the Void Spirit. They kill him off. That'll secure the tier 1 tower in the bottom lane. They are going to lose their tier 1 middle, or at least half of its HP, but if they can get the tier 1 bottom first and then return to defend this, that would be amazing for them.
yep, they definitely have enough time. Elder Titan can already start TPing in. They rotated 5 heroes, by the way, to kill that Void Spirit.
Chimera hurt this a lot more than I thought they would, actually. It's very, very low, this tier 1 tower. The next time a move like that happens, it's almost certainly going to fall.
Yep. Well, 5-man rotation. And it is, by the way, Battle Fury. So he's going full carry mode on the Void Spirit.
Okay.
Battle Fury gonna be purchased. Cool. I mean, yeah, Battle Fury was, like you said, Battle Fury Echo. There was like a Desolator build at some point as well, right? We'll see what the rest will be. Slardar, though.
Yeah, he is looking like a victim right now as he's been held in place by these shackles. Hex will be out. He has started sprinting, but unfortunately, Sumail arrives just in time with the shockwave to drag him back in closer to the Burning Army, and that allows them to kill off this very pesky Slaughter.
Yeah, usually, I tend to see TA2000 make moves, but he's reading this game differently. He wants to buy the Battle Fury and be the farmer. He wants the farming accelerant item. I'm not sure if I like it that much, just because of the fact that you have a sniper mid. Like, sniper could be that one win condition that you've got, right? The same way they lost to Sumail Sniper yesterday, in which Sumail was the win condition on the sniper. They could have kind of hit them with the same idea, but instead Void Spirit will be farming a bit more.
Radiant are scanning.
To be fair, he's farming really, really well. It's not going to take him that much time to finish off this Battle Fury. He already has enough gold right now to buy the Claymore. So we're 1,000 gold out from having the completed full Battle Fury for him.
What are we waiting for? Probably the Shadow Shaman ult. He's got it now, like he's got level 6. Maybe this is a chance to go for top. They have a blink on Mag as well. Yep.
Oh. He blinks. Oh, he misses the skewer though. Oh, that's unfortunate. That's really unfortunate.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
And they lose mid because of that. GH was trying to defend it. He was trying his best, but it wasn't good enough.
Yeah.
Smoke up
Dire's bottom
immediately
tower
afterwards. Maybe they can find a sniper instead, though.
They go. Oh, they only catch Panto. Pantomime happy to die for this one. First RP of the game that doesn't kill a big core hero. That's all right. He's
he
still
might not
alive
even
for
die.
now with life drain. He's keeping himself online. They do manage to drop the mass serpent wards around him, but it's not going to be enough. Panto will eventually die to Sumail blinking in after him, but simultaneously Miracle got caught by Larnov. The Clinks was trying to make a rotation into this fight, but guess what, Lizard? He not only ran into a calling, he ran right past the sentry ward, so they knew exactly what was coming from Chimera.
That's just terrible for Nigma. They use the RP, they don't even get the support position 5. And then they lose their carry on top of you. And the wards, by the way. Shadow Shaman Serpent wards were used.
Yeah. Yeah. And now they just smoke up. Guess what's happening? Dahak has a Blink Dagger. It's being thrown in from the courier right now. So they're going to try and rotate. Let's see if they can keep TA2000 alive though, because he's in a bit of danger. A few seconds before he has access to the Astral Step. Has already committed the the ward with the magic. Sumail there. Oh, the Astral Step comes back just before the skewer. TA2000 still alive, will end up dead, however. Laranov TP's in now, looking towards Sumail with the right-click damage. Very easy kill onto this Magnus, and they might not be done just yet. Panto coming in on the north side, smoked up. But he opts to kill the courier instead of closing off Noob. Instead, maybe Miracle is going to be the one on the chopping block. Multiple heroes coming in towards him. It's going to be Dahak first and foremost. He found the corrosive haze. Miracle thinking about chasing, but 1J can't close the gap, even though he has pierced the veil. There is no distance available for him to get on top of the Clinks, so Miracle will live.
For now, Void Spirit is tipping in, so maybe they'll try to go on Miracle once again. He's going back in. Miracle is...
Well, your prediction is accurate, my friend. They went right back in for Miracle. He does have the Corrosive Haze, but the Echo Storm, it landed onto 1. The ET Splitter lands onto 2. Not enough damage to get any kills just yet, but certainly enough to dissuade Chimera. And now, with bringing in both Miracle and Sumail, 1J is falling so low. Omar might end up dead here. Assassinate coming in. It's going to bring him down. TA2000. Now he wants Miracle.
RP.
There will be a nice RP from Sumail, catching out onto 3 heroes in tandem with the Echo Storm. They're underneath the tier 1 tower. But still, Lizard, they lack the damage they need with Miracle being dead. GH will survive for now. Assassinate, though, ends those dreams of survivability. And now jump in, Dahak, look for Sumail. Immediate blink away from the Magnet to keep himself alive. Nonetheless though, it's a 3-4-1 exchange, and Chimera Esports claim the tier 1 tower on top of all that.
Yeah, just an absolutely crazy fight. Magnus, Sumail, he had such a good RP onto 3, moved him back, but no damage because Noob wasn't there. He didn't have a TP, it was on cooldown. They literally played all of that 4 versus 5. Obvious disadvantage. So it's good that they even managed to get a singular kill.
It's feeling like, again, Liz, that this is one of those games where Sumail is sort of putting Nigma on his back. Like, can you imagine how this game would look if Sumail was not able to connect with some of his moves?
Yep, absolutely. I completely agree with that statement. Like, he's the one. 6 kills, 2 deaths, 3 assists on the Magnus. Most of these plays have been on the back of him. But what needs to be said is all the plays that Miracle tried got punished. He either died or just had to move back. But right now he is finishing off Orchid. He's gonna have it in like, what, this wave here?
Noob? Noob's in trouble. Don't go forward. Noob, go back, go back, go back! Oh no. They get on top of him. The job coming in from Dahak, this should be a very straightforward kill onto this Bristleback. Sumail is here, but he doesn't have access to the RP for another 15 seconds. So no way to counterplay here.
Yeah, once again Void Spirit, right? Like Aether Remnant demonstrating why it's so good against Bristleback. And they instantly smoke up. They're playing so damn fast. Sumail needs to be careful here.
He's not careful enough because I think his life is forfeit, my friend. Oh my god! Dude, Corrosive Haze plus Sniper. Did you see how fast he died?
Yeah, absolutely. This Sniper is now on 10k net worth, meanwhile Magnus is on 7k. Keep in mind, this Magnus solo killed him and heavily won the lane. Yeah, now the Sniper is just pew-pewing from distance. He's got Mjolnir moving towards Dragonlance, which will be there in like, what, 150 gold.
Radiant are scanning.
Right now, for me, the massive difference is in the offlaners. Like, on one side you have this very active Slardar who's making everything happen. He's got his blink moving towards BKB. On the other, the Bristleback is like very, I mean, just a static hero. He needs to, they need to figure out a plan in which Bristleback is up front, baiting an initiation, and then you follow up with an RP. I don't see the other way for them to, or maybe some Orchid Miracle initiations on the Void Spirit from the back.
You know, you mentioned in the draft about how the side of Chimera Esports have been doing a really good job first banning the Tiny pretty much every single game. And I think we're seeing the ramifications of that because Noob has pretty much just been playing these very static offlaners the entire series. And you can just feel like the lack of activity from the offlane. Even in the game they won primarily because he was able to stand in front, be the anchor point, but he wasn't the one generating the plays for his team in the same way that he was yesterday when he was playing Tiny.
Yep, I think that's the accurate assessment of the situation. Maybe just try and make some plays around the Bristle. Maybe this upcoming Rosh could be a play. Keep in mind that there's a Slardar in the game, and this Roshan is always an option for Chimera. So maybe something that they can play around.
Wait, what? Dota Plus says it's a 50-50 game? I heavily disagree with that. What do you think?
At least it looks that way now, you know, but let's wait and see, because maybe in a couple of minutes we see a good RP with Klinks being there dishing out the damage and we're suddenly, oh my god, Nigma is back, you know. It can easily happen. I do think that right now Chimera, they're basically running circles around Nigma, but if they misstep, if this sniper gets caught by an RP and if he gets brought back into the firing line, I can imagine Nigma taking a teamfight or two. I wouldn't say it's 50-50 though. I would say it's easier to play for Chimera right now.
But like you mentioned, there's still a lot of counterplay opportunities. For me, one of the big things, you were mentioning the difference between the offlaners, but if you look at their carries, this is also one of the things that concerns me. This Klinks went, obviously, you know, the usual route, starting with the Orchid, but hasn't really been able to find much presence on the map after getting the Orchid. In the meantime, this Void Spirit went for Battle Fury and has been happy to just sit back farming. And we can see that this difference in their net worth, this is only going to keep increasing with time, just given how easy it's going to be for this Void Spirit to keep farming.
It's very similar to when you're playing versus AM and you want to get that Orchid online much before his Manta. They have the Orchid, but
if you had BKB.
I love Tsunami. But yeah, he's getting closer to the Manta as well. 2.5k gold away. Not super close, of course, but he's getting there. He's got the Yasha already flying out to him. So if you're Nigma, if you're Nigma, you can either play around the Bristle, I guess, or you can maybe try and get some pickoffs with Klinks plus Shadow Shaman, and that's what they're trying to do. Unfortunately for them, the area where they warded, the area that they have full control, no one is playing. No one is playing there from Chimera.
At the very least, the tier 2 tower did suffer quite a bit of damage. They're not going to be able to easily finish it off. They still could. But for me, one of the big problems, look at the Shadow Shaman. It's going for this Aether Lens first, and I can definitely understand it, but man, it feels like they need desperately a second hero with a Blink Dagger. I feel like he should really be the one prioritizing that item.
True, but this hero also needs Aether Lens. And it's really difficult to go for the Blink without it. Like, it's really hard to justify going because if with the Aether Lens you get a very long distance hex, you also get a shackle from the trees, you know, from big distance. So definitely the right order, but like you said, sometimes you just need the Blink ASAP. Hopefully he gets there for his own sake, of course.
Still paused up right now, waiting for the return from who was one that said sec? It was Sumail. All right, so Nigma indulging in their usage of the pause time, just getting to have a discussion, pretending like it's Counter-Strike. We have a small timeout between the rounds.
Just imagine, like, imagine if you're Klinks and Shadow Shaman right now. Like, who do you see on the map? Like, you basically see 0 Radiant heroes at the moment. It's kind of difficult to be doing what they're doing, but they're still doing it. You know, just pressuring this tier 2 tower. They did have some info prior to this, of course. I
was going to say, I think they're putting a lot of stock in this Observer ward behind the tier 2. They're really hoping that any TPs that come in will be scouted out by this.
I shall
Yeah.
reconsider
The TPs
Radiant's bottom tower
will get
is
scouted, of
under
course. The problem are the smokes. If there's a smoke happening, smoke play,
Dire are scanning.
they scan. And the scan
and it hit
connects.
an illusion.
Oh, I didn't know that it actually turns red on an elo.
I learned this through harsh experience, my friend.
Yeah, I actually didn't know that. I just saw it for the first time that it works that way, yeah. Very sad because they play the game completely differently now, and maybe they don't even expect Roshan because of it, because of that scan.
If that scan doesn't connect, maybe they even pressure the tier 2 tower a little bit more, but instead they're forced to just play very defensively, do nothing, and in the meantime this will mean an Aegis gets taken away. GH will scout the south, but it's too late. Larinov now sitting with an Aegis, and they start pinging immediately down bottom. I don't know if they're gonna go there, if they're gonna go mid. It looks like the first
They're
TP
going
is
mid.
going mid. They want noob, but they miss him with the Aether Remnants. They can't catch the Bristleback.
And the Hawk takes all the creeps as punishment.
Bottom tower has fallen.
And they do take down the tier 2 tower, so nice little rat play happening by Nigma. Getting the tier 2 down bottom. They're finding enough farm for Miracle, you know, to at least keep up with everyone else.
Tier 2 tower though, looks like it's about to be sieged by the Chimera esports lineup.
Bottom tower
They're moving in, slowly being whittled away by Larinov, 1J and Panto, and I don't think Nigma have any appetite to come and defend this.
Yeah, what's really cool about the way they're pushing is they're not showing anyone, besides the sniper, of course. And because of that, Miracle is also reluctant to start ratting down bottom.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Look how patiently Dahak is sitting here. Literally not moving a muscle. Just quietly chilling.
Dire's top tower
They get the
has
tier 2,
fallen.
they immediately smoke.
Radiant's
Although
bottom
this smoke
tower
will be
is
revealed.
under
GH,
attack.
if he noticed that his spirit connected onto heroes, he should be aware that something is happening here.
Yeah, they're drawing exactly the movements that are happening right now. The Hawk is leading the charge, but Bristle is already far behind the... Fire behind the tier 1 tower into the Ancients on the right side.
Oh, bottom though. They see the Shadow Shaman. Tier 2000 should be able to find the easy solo kill here.
Your magic.
Super simple, barely an inconvenience. And that's gonna pretty much finish off the Manta Star for TA 2000. He just needs to finish off 2 more waves and he'll have it complete.
Yep.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Tower destroyed. But this also, keep in mind that it's minute 20 and they have a Slardar, so Tormentor is free for the taking for Chimera as well.
GH will know that this is happening.
Is under
The
attack.
Spirit will scout out this movement, but what potential play do they have as the Tommy, as Liz was saying, goes down very,
Panto?
very quickly.
Yeah, he almost
DC
died.
Splitter, not going to be enough. Had it caught onto Panto, it would have actually killed him, but it just barely was on the right side of him instead of the left, so he survives.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
They want to fight. They did.
Oh, they see Miracle, potentially. They get the dust. Clinks. Clinks is in trouble. Do they see him? The
They do.
Hawk has blink in 7 seconds. They get the corrosive haze out onto Miracle. The Clinks is trying to run. He's trying to get away. Unfortunately, these attempts will fail as TA2000 catches up and they bring down Miracle yet again in this game.
Dire are scanning. Radiant's top tower has fallen.
The death shot just connected on him, and that's it. Like, death shot connects, they scout him out, the dust connects as well. And his team actually was trying to maybe get some backstab going because they noticed a couple of heroes TP'd back. It all falls into water if your carry dies. Like, you can't continue that play anymore.
Sumail. He needs to try and find more gold, get to this BKB on the Magnus because some of these items that are flowing in on the Radiant lineup are very, very scary. Right after getting his Manta Star, TA2000 wants the Silver Edge, get the break out onto this Bristleback, make him much more vulnerable.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And Miracle buying the sentries, the warding as well at this point.
This will come in
I mean,
handy.
all things considered, 8k advantage isn't unsurmountable. Like, you can still play on the side of Nigma, especially if you get some good team fight with an RP going. But you need a lot of items, like you mentioned. I think at least what you need are BKBs. And the only one that can realistically buy it is the Magnus.
He's rounding the corner towards having BKB. Unfortunately, so is the Hawk. Slaughter with BKB is going to be a real thorn in their sides, especially because he already has the Aghanim Shard. So Shard, BKB on Slaughter. Oof, good luck.
Well purchased the shard, by the way. On Dire, you've got a shard on Bristle, shard on Max, shard on Klinks. Only the supports don't have them. They didn't purchase them. On the other side, we have a smoke. This shard on Slardar is massive. Shard and BKB, and you're basically set. I swear this hero, all he needs is a BKB, shard, blink. Maybe not even a shard. Smoke on smoke, let's see.
Yeah, who has the best vision, because the Aegis has just expired. Unfortunately, like ships in the night, they move right past each other. Unfortunately, look where they're going. It's towards Miracle. They dust him again. He's away from the rest of his gang. Can he get out to safety? Life drain, bringing him low, and Panto's going to be the one to kill him. Sumail cannot find the counter initiation. Now the rest of the team needs to run. Omar falling low, drops down the mass open wards, as well as GH's splitter. They almost kill 1J, but this Muerta is still alive. TA2000 shows up, gets rid of Omar. They get the kill eventually onto 1J, but it's gonna cost so damn much as Noob now being assassinated on his bristleback. TA2000 can't fully chase him just yet. Very nice dodge. Manta style through the Echo Storm. He wants to find Noob. He has the vision thanks to the corrosive haze. On the other side though, there's also corrosive haze onto Sumail. RP will be there. Sumail just wants to live. He just wants to go home to safety. But now that they brought these heroes low, maybe he wants some revenge. He kills off Panto. However, simultaneously, TA2000 provided the vision for Loranov to finish off Noob. So Nigma Galaxy still end up on the back foot. 3 for 2. 2 cores being brought down, and all they get is the 2 supports of Chimera.
Yeah, it's insane that they even managed to get those 2 supports. That's only because they kind of overextended under the high ground of Nigma, but
Radiant are scanning.
I don't know how this keeps on happening to Miracle. Like, this Klinks is just dying way too often. He is 355 now, and he just has, I don't know if it's bad luck or what it is, but he constantly runs into enemy cores. Another death shot straight into him, and they know exactly where he is now.
I'm actually kind of surprised that the Hawk didn't TP bottom to the outpost, because they knew where he was at. They saw him walking into the lane, but would have had to be like instant response, so I can understand that.
And also, you don't really know where the rest of his teammates are, so perhaps this is a better approach. TA2000 also has a gem, keep that in mind, so it's becoming even more difficult for Miracle to play this game. They have a nice cliff ward here, though.
Oh no, Miracle, 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 Miracle! This is not a miracle, my friend. This is a disaster. They kill him off. You know what's crazy about this, Liz? This exact same Sentry Observer combo that he died on now, that's the same combination of wards that got him dead-shotted like 30 seconds ago. I would have thought he would have just ran away from the area, but they thought they had a way to get rid of it fast enough. Turns out they were dead wrong.
Yep. They put the sentry a bit to the north, and they warded the cliff, so he felt safe because of that, but yeah, no excuses. Once again, we were just talking about how this Klinks is dying way too much, and yet a moment afterwards he dies again. Top lane, they know where Noob is. They see him.
They're actually coming in. Rainbow TPs underneath the Observer ward. Noob gets dragged in with this Aether Remnant. I feel like Noob, you know, try to delay them as much as you can, buddy, but your life is almost certainly forfeit here. Panto gets that kill. Bro, I must say, actually, my MVP in this game, previous game it was Panto on his Oracle. This game, it's 1J because of his wards. The vision he's provided his squad has been impeccable for Chimera.
Are you really a carry player? You're hyping up my supports way too much. But yeah, he definitely...
we spoke about this, bro.
Yeah.
The support players must hype up the carries, carry players must hype up the supports.
Yeah, they do have Bloodthorn on Klinks, so one of they're definitely not going to be lacking damage in these next fights. But you need to get to these heroes, and most importantly, like one guy that we haven't really talked about way too much recently, is the sniper. Like, he's just chilling, sitting back, hitting from distance. He's got Mjolnir, Pike, Daedalus, and the Shard. And that's it. Like, he doesn't need a lot more, honestly. Like, you're playing with the Slardar. The damage department is covered.
Dude, look how they took this Roshan. They made sure to scout around. They were looking for GH's Spirit. It's been causing them so much pain, but the Spirit is coming. Unfortunately, it's coming too late, as the Age is already gone. Nigma Galaxy, they're going to find that this smoke is going to get them nothing, and now they have to run because they're smoked up on Chimera. They want to find the revenge play. BKB by the Hawk. They come across Noob first and foremost. The dead shot, it's sent back to Mail. The Magnus can't counter initiate. Dude, 1J God in this game. I think Omar probably going to end up dead as well. Okay, the God has paused. The God has paused. He wants Omar to really think about how badly he's screwed right now. But like, bro, seriously, 1J is... If they play it next week, qualifiers for ESO1 Rally, if they play against Chimera Esports, first ban every game has to be Muerta.
Absolutely. I mean, this... I'm not sure if they're gonna first face ban it or find a solution to it, but these death shots have been insane. I think he caught Miracle in Invis without detection like 3-4 times. Just random death shot into a Klinks running around and he gets caught. And of course this one now on Mag, this one on Omar as well. He's doing some serious work.
Yep. Bye Omar, feels bad. At the very least, Sumail does have a way to get back into the base with the skewer. But nonetheless, 2 heroes down. They have buybacks, sure, but you're playing into an Aegis sniper. Of course, you're going to have to think about expending those buybacks because your high ground is about to be under siege.
This push is way too quick. Still 4 minutes.
What do you do here? How do you defend this?
Well, you do have some heroes that do it nicely. Klinks also creep skipped. So if you can get this creep wave somehow, I mean, you're still gonna lose at least the range Raxes.
Range Rax gone. Laranov can't really go much further forward. Like you mentioned, Miracle was able to creep skip the wave. Alright. That has definitely saved the game. And not only that, he also managed to take a tower while he was at it. So Miracle, despite losing his life several times on the map, he's doing what he can when he knows where everybody else is to keep the game going for his squad.
Yeah, at this point, you have to resort. This is like your last effort, last-ditch effort. Just try and creep skip. Try and keep yourself in the game. Maybe buy yourself 3 more minutes until the Aegis is reclaimed, but... Because keep in mind, it is difficult, even with the Aegis. Pushing high ground is not the easiest task. You're pushing high ground into a Magnus. That's always scary, no matter what the state of the game is. If he gets a good blink in with RP, so that's why they're moving back.
Still 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes still to go on the Aegis. Quite a bit of time, but like you mentioned, playing into the Magnus, ET on the high ground as well. Not the easiest push to go for, but they will very happily keep their farm up. I'm kind of surprised they're not playing further up into the die side of the map to corral them into the base, but probably due to the factors that you mentioned, right, about their team fighting.
I'm surprised they aren't contesting the 30 minutes, or what's it going to be, like 31 minute Tormentor. Ah, there we go, 30 minutes and 10 seconds, it died immediately. I'm surprised they're not here. That's something that they could have contested. It's something that they were really good at doing in the last game, but they're a bit late this time around.
We'll grant the Aegis or the Aghanim shot towards GH. So now we have that alt cost. Can move him around the map very effectively.
Miracle and GH are scouted.
They are indeed. The one that's going to have a harder time is GH. Oh, he gets interrupted with the TP attempt. Still though, Slaughter didn't have the sprint active, so he couldn't go for the immediate chase onto this Elder Titan.
Miracle? This is honestly a bit dangerous. Oh, the death shot this time.
Dude, Oh, they see him, but it's too late. It's too late. There's no gem available right for Chimera, so I think maybe that's going to be the next port of call for them.
Wait, don't
Get a
they
gem,
have? They
put it
have
on
it.
the
They have
slaughter.
it. They have it. They have
Who's
it on
carrying
TA 2000.
On tier, okay. Yes,
Yeah,
yes, yes.
they've had it for. You forgot about it because they bought it like 10 minutes ago. But yeah, if they had the Ethos there on Murta, they catch him. But this Shadowblade as well has been doing a lot of work from Murta.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
She doesn't even have boots, bro. Shadowblade drums on Mert. Boots for who?
He's got
Oh,
arcane
just
boots.
arcane boots. Okay, okay. I didn't see the
He's-
arcanes.
He's just buying the second set because he wants the bongo boots as well. The sniper getting closer to disperser as well. And it's kind of funny that the same way Nigma obliterated them in the yesterday series is the same way that they're losing now with the sniper mid. And a very similar situation in the game.
We have this. I mean, yesterday it was what, Slock sniper, and then you'd feel very good about yourself killing the Slock and realize, well, you still have to deal with the sniper. I mean, you're still dealing. This Void Spirit is also still insanely farmed on TA 2000. Level 20, 18k net worth. He's just picked up a Silver Edge as well, trying to build into a BKB. Like, killing one of these heroes, I certainly see as a possibility. Killing them both in the same fight? Oof, I don't know how you do that.
I can see them doing that, but for that situation to happen, they need Nullifier. They need a Nullifier on Miracle. He's unfortunately not really farmed, so he's kind of far from Nullifier, but if they can get it, GH, very dead.
He's dead. Free gold for TA 2000.
If they can get to the Nullifier, I think that they can kill these heroes that get decrepified.
Dire
Because Miracle? Oh, Miracle. He's gonna get that? No, he's fine. He has like 3 heroes around him as well. The issue that they are having is Sumail jumps in, RPs, and then one of those heroes gets the main target, gets decrepified, and you can't kill it. But once the Clinks gets the Nullifier, not only does it give you a bunch of bonus damage, but you can suddenly kill those decrepified heroes, so... Definitely a good choice to go for.
Yep. Disperser now picked up by Laranov. The sniper is so big. Vindicator Axe, Hurricane Pike, Mjolnir, Disperser, Daedalus with power trades.
Look at the
Yeah, good
hats.
luck.
Look at the hats of these guys. Like, look at the hats on Sniper. Look at the hats on Void Spirit. Like, they've... Miracle.
Oh no, did they get the vision on top of him? They know where he's at. He was walking underneath some sentries with the gem, and they will not be able to kill him off. They
Where
couldn't
was
find the
assassinate?
assassinate in time. Yeah,
Did
I
he
thought
lose
it was going to
vision?
assassinate him, but I don't know what happened. I think he just went through the trees just after the shrapnel hit came out before the assassinate, so he lives.
Yeah, well, this is a change. Miracle lived.
Radiant are scanning.
Well, don't get too excited, gang, because they're smoking up. They feel affronted by Miracle living, and TA 2000 actually saw him. But he didn't go directly on top of him. Instead, there's a fight that's going to be leading off here in the mid lane. Dahak almost killing off Omar. One more right click will do it. And there's no Shadow Shaman.
Miracle
Simultaneously, they do find Miracle. TA 2000 with his gem. Well, it turns out things aren't as different as I thought. As sadly, the Miracle Clinks will yet again be brought down. His 7th death of this game, number 4.
Yeah, they're just managing to find him time after time so easily. And the burst damage from Void Spirit is more than enough. He's got Enchanted Quiver on top of the Silver Edge and Manta. GH is that too, yeah.
And this is happening away from Laranov. So now Laranov is playing with the knowledge that there's 3 heroes dead.
RP.
This is a lane of Rax. Sumail will find the RP. There's no Aegis available for the sniper. There's a buyback from the Shadow Shaman as well as the Clinks. They want to try and come and punish him. But unfortunately, Laranov is a little bit too tanky. He survives. He gets out. He's trying to flee the base. He doesn't have a BKB nor a Blink Dagger. But if he can get out of here, this would be such a huge coup. Omar needs to be in trouble, but the bomb coming back in with the concussive grenade gets him back to safety. Omar does find the shackles out onto the TA 2000 Void Spirit, but with access to the life drain, he stays alive. Omar's the one that falls low. Noob will end up dead elsewhere on the map as Sumail getting encroached upon by TA 2000. The assassinate will be there. One more Astral Step kills them all.
That's just game.
No more Sumail, no more Miracle. Double kill for TA 2000. make that almost a full team wipe. And with none of these heroes having buyback Lizard, I feel like this is it. It's done and dusted. We are looking at Chimera Esports heading to DreamLeague Season 25.
Yeah, congratulations, I think, are in order. As Elder Titan, you can maybe try and defend a little bit longer, but versus these kind of heroes, 30 seconds, that's GG right there.
Yeah. This is unfortunate. History has repeated itself. Every single time that Nigma has to play against a real strong opponent in these qualifiers, they always, and I literally mean always, fall short of glory in the grand finals. And unfortunately, Lizard, it has happened once again. Chimera Esports, congratulations. You are the champions of the MESWA